can't ask me any questions. I hate this
Well,
precept
like,
stupidity.
for example,
it's ridiculously dumb.
physics relies on unchanging truths, right? Like 2 + 2 = 4. That doesn't change. Or are you insane? Do you think that changes?
Math
I'm
is a
on board with
language that we
Sure.
invented.
I don't know what that has to do with God.
Because
is it real now? Good one,
nothing
Go ahead, P. Mars.
Hey,
Go ahead,
nothing in
guys.
reality is
So,
unchanging.
What I want,
because
Then it wouldn't
all
be.
of our-
Then you
to all
couldn't
of
have an.
this-
It wouldn't be true
So-
that something's unchanging, right?
Hey, to
so
all
to
of our
have an
atheists-
unchanging
Oh,
truth.
hold on. Sorry, P. Mars. I can't hear. Somebody else is like trying to talk over you. I don't know who it is, but P. Mars, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, so to have an unchanging truth, there has to be something in reality that doesn't change, because if everything in reality is changing, it wouldn't make sense to say you have an unchanging truth, because nothing really is unchanging. So you need something in reality that's unchanging, and only Jesus is the unchanging reality. There's nothing else.
Oh my God.
There's no other candidate.
It's just a baseless assertion. Why can't the laws of physics be the unchanging truth of reality? Why isn't that enough?
Because that's
Why do
an
we have to have a
abstraction.
guy who invented physics? Why can't we just have physics?
Because the laws are an abstraction, right? So we need something concrete to
Like
There are
reality.
no actual laws
abstraction.
dictating
Laws are
the
not
universe.
abstraction.
Physical laws
So,
are
of
descriptive
course they're
and not
abstract.
prescriptive.
Where
So
can I
humans
touch
have
that?
observed the
Hold on, P.
universe
Mars.
and described how it works. It's not like there's a speed limit telling light you're not allowed to go faster than this. We just observe light, and this is how fast we see it go, and we never see any examples of this law being violated. But there's not a lawgiver because it's
Speed of
not
light
a
is not an
prescriptive law.
actual thing.
Okay, but then it's
yes,
not
please.
describing anything real. If reality is constantly changing, then these laws wouldn't be describing anything real, right? So now we're talking. Now are the laws Narnia, or do the laws map onto reality?
Well, we haven't
Yes, the laws
observed these
map to
laws
reality.
changing. That's why we consider them laws.
Also, truth may be unchanging. Our understanding of the truth is what changes over time.
So you understand, like, a map is an abstraction. Like the map of Narnia
No,
doesn't map onto anything because Narnia is not real.
we're not talking about
Right?
Narnia.
So are the laws Narnia, or do they map onto something? Because like
We're
the
not,
map of New
we're not
York
talking about Narnia. Can we get back to
would
the
map
real world
onto
and-
reality because New York is real.
Humans
So are these
observe
laws
reality,
purely
and we-
abstract and they don't map onto reality? Or is there something in reality that's unchanging? What is it?
The laws of physics, as far as we understand them, don't change. We observe them and we see that they typically behave the same way. And the laws of physics are abstractions that we make up to describe the way the universe works. And if our understanding changes because we get new and better information, then we'll change the way that we describe these laws. But there doesn't need to be a magical man in the sky deciding what the laws are. That's just a baseless assertion on your part.
I mean, I gave an argument. You're not really answering my question.
You didn't give an
Or-
argument. You made a baseless
But
assertion.
you're
You
not
said-
answering. You're dodging.
No, he's not.
Do the laws map onto reality? Yes or no?
So far as humans made up the laws to map on reality, yeah, the laws
You're
are
not
the
answering.
map.
The
made up by
laws
humans
map onto
describing
reality?
the
Yes
world.
or no, you little pussy.
Whoa,
said yes,
Trying to answer your
whoa,
question.
hold on.
Right.
Nobody's being disrespectful. Nobody's insulting right now. It's okay to ask the questions and get the answers. If you're not getting the answer that you want to hear, it's unfortunate for you, but it's still his answer no matter what. We don't need to name call just because he didn't answer the way you wanted. All right.
All right.
Jed-
See you next Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah, so the laws, even though we ran away, he called me a pussy, but he's the one who
Isn't
ran
he
away.
clever?
Just wanna
That's
point that out.
right. That's right.
Now,
Did he just give
the
us a
laws
did
of
he just
physics
give us
are
a
like a
website?
map. So humans make a map, which is an abstraction, a description of a real place. In the same way, humans have made up these laws, and these are the ways that we describe a real place, the universe. So I don't know what his problem understanding that was.
I'm not sure. It sounded like he's a pre-supper, which means that it is.
He was trying to railroad you into like saying that the rules exist separate, and therefore you have unchanging, intransient rules that lead to a mind that lead to God. It's always the same with the precepts. They're trying to railroad you into tag every single time.
And he's really bad at it. P-Mars, I wiped him on TikTok in like 5 minutes. It's like actually like I literally after that 5-minute period, I like sat on his live for an hour and I just took it over. Because
Nice.
his feelings. Yeah, he's like actually a pussy.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Dragon Fist says Jed is doing the exact same thing. If I'm right, then I'm right by applying a naturalist worldview onto the Bible and saying things are not possible. Jed, what say you?
Well, the naturalist worldview is what we get when we observe the actual reality we live in and describe it. That's it. So if your worldview is like, oh, magic is possible and there's a God and he can violate rules, you haven't observed any of this stuff. So if we have a book that makes a bunch of claims, like there was a global flood and that God made the world in 6 days and that a man lived to be 969 years old, we can observe reality and see that those claims don't coincide with any actual evidence outside the claim itself.
Right. Okay.
You can also see that this is the only book out of all books that you suspend reality for. So you're not even consistent with your own rules in books.
Well, isn't
Yeah,
that like
I
you
mean,
saying,
here's how I look at it.
this
Sorry.
is my one
Here's-
true science book?
Okay. Here's how I look at it. And I'm a Catholic, and I know my dad would probably beat me with a stick if he heard me say this out loud. But to me, the Bible is more like fables or parables, right? And stories that are analogous or something that means something else, right? I never took it literally. I never understood it that way. I always felt like it was it wouldn't make sense logically for all of those things to be literally true. It would make sense if it was kind of like a tall tale type of style, but it doesn't mean that the characters weren't true or things that were in that semblance weren't true either. There's stuff that happened, and I believe it's true, but not to the tall tale version of that story, right? So when we say the flood, I never envisioned the actual whole world flooding. I always thought it was regional. It wouldn't make sense, right? When I say my world is collapsing, I mean my world. I don't mean the world, right? And so I think there are particular pieces we need to be able to pick out of the Bible and say, okay, if we can prove that a global flood actually happened, then hey, that kind of changes the dynamics of the story. But we haven't been able to prove that. We can prove regionally. We can prove there were floods. There still are floods to this day happening all the time. And I'm sure people that live in those states or those towns or the tsunamis out in Asia and so on and so forth, that feels like their whole world has flooded. But at that, I think we need to be mindful that we've got Jed who likes hard evidence and can back up most of his claims, or at least so I've heard, with evidentiary. And Clay, the only thing you're utilizing as your evidence is one book that says this happened, right? But we're not using evidence that we can observe, right? And we can look back to, we can geologically track it or this or that. And that's where Jed is catching you up right now and trying to help you understand from his perspective with evidence versus a book.
The evidence I brought to the table, though. So I did bring the geological record, but I also, here's the thing. So I also believe that there was a firmament, right? I believe that the Earth is round. I'm not the flat Earth shit, okay? But I also believe that there was a firmament.
Flat Earth and the firmament are two different things. They don't go together.
Right. Yeah, I know a lot of people get
That's
that
crazy though.
So I just wanted to make sure.
You said there was a firmament, which seems to suggest you think that there's no longer a firmament.
Correct.
What happened to it? Did it fall down?
Well, yeah, that's what the book teaches. It does teach that.
Ready to go.
Oh, yeah. Where is it now?
It does teach that. But the part about the flood part, right? There is a geological record to show that. Right?
No, there isn't.
Hold on. But before you start flipping out again, God damn. You know what? Fuck it. Go ahead. Flip out on me. Go ahead. I'll wait.
Wait.
I'm not flipping out on you. You're just saying things are not true.
Dude, I
Yes.
say like one sentence and suddenly Clay's like, no, don't interrupt me, don't interrupt me. Okay.
Actually, I'm going to interrupt everyone. We have 13 minutes left on our dono goal, and we need to grift the shit out of it because I'm enjoying the conversation. You're enjoying the, and we don't want to stop with this conversation. Effigy, what do we need to tell all of our fine audience members this evening?
If you like what you're hearing, if you want to hear more, you need to dig down deep. Give us them greenbacks. Give us them dollar bills. Give us your quid. Give us your pesos, your lira, your dineros. Any kind of money will do. We accept all major credit cards.
Wonderful. Spin, are you still with us? You've been quiet. Oh.
I have been quiet because, you know, Clay has monopolized the whole conversation about floods and Noah's Ark and whatever else. But
Okay.
Sarah needs money to save herself from the floods. She might need an ark. Donate or fuck off.
Well done.
So
Well
Vincent,
done.
you becoming a liberal? Is this what's going on?
I don't know, but does
Shut the
Spike,
fuck up, Bones.
does Spike have something to say to our wonderful?
So before I invoke Spike, we need to check Clay's cortisol levels here, and they are off the charts. I say one
Always.
statement, and this man fucking
Always
flips
off
the
the
fuck
charts.
out. This man is like actually
No,
like a
every
machine that
time.
produces cortisol. Anyways, if you want to follow low cortisol religion, like the Church of Spike right here, then you need to donate to Sarah today, okay? And your cortisol is guaranteed to be lowered by 50%. Not actually guaranteed.
This is
And if
not
you
medical
want low
advice.
testosterone, visit Bones.
Visit Bones. Toasty man, what say you, sir? That's a lovely picture, by the way. What do we need to tell
I
them?
could not make that out till you put him full screen. Now it's hilarious.
What you guys need to do is just literally flood Sarah's little world with a lot of little green paper thingies. Some people call it confetti, but I call it dollar bills. And every dollar bill, she will be screaming from her little ark, "Let it rain! Let it rain!" And if you give her some more, she'll have a lot of money. And then she can take that money, she can give it over to Admiral Gibbs and let him burn it all up because she's got more money in the back below deck.
Very lovely, Toasty. Ant, ride your little comment.
That wouldn't be a comet. That'd be an asteroid.
Whatever.
Well, I don't know. It's a nonsensical image. Anyways,
It's a
yes.
comment.
Yes. Okay. Anyways, if you guys are enjoying this, please,
Good
and you're
save.
able to donate, I would please encourage you to do so.
Really? That's
Uh,
it?
I'm sorry.
Spit,
I'm not
get out of
feeling it
here.
today.
God, that was so
God.
boring. Clay, save us.
Hell yeah. You know this conversation ain't over. Thank you, Tom. And thank you, IO10, for getting us through the first round. You guys are awesome. But the show is not done yet. Cortisol is a cortisol is a good thing. As much as libtards like Bones over there tries to convince you that it's
Cortisol is
bad,
spiking.
high cortisol is very good for you when it's joy. I'm so happy that we're here. Don't fear the mater. Donate.
And don't fear the Reaper.
Don't fear the Reaper. Jed, welcome back to Mater Nation. We've gotten into this grifting spirit where everybody has to tell everybody to send us money so we can continue the conversation, or else we end the show and go home. Tell them what they need to do, Jed.
Well, you know, you guys spend $15 a month on Netflix and you spend what, $25 on HBO Plus and Disney Plus. You're spending hundreds of dollars on all these streaming services. You just watch this debate for what, 4 hours? Just throw a couple of bucks our way, $5, $10. You're paying for entertainment. If you're entertained, then throw some couple of dollars our way, and this encourages us to make more content. So it's just that simple. You pay for what you want to see. If you want to see more, throw some dollars our way. That's how it goes.
Dollar bill, y'all. Dollar make you holla. Mr. Balderson.
if you all don't understand the possibility of a worldwide flood, understand the tears of pain that I've had for 4 hours now, listening to the horrifying debate that I've been witnessing. So if you donate, Andrew, the Dragon Fist, has said he will come up here and he's going to put some spice on it. And then I'm not going to be forced to eat these kittens. I think they are.
In the arms of the angel. Oh, they make my
I like
little
this
heart.
orangey one.
There.
Oh,
I like the little orange. I like the orange on this one. These little orange spots.
Oh, he does that little orange.
Ben, stop putting your finger in the fucking cat's eye.
That's fine.
Oh man, yes. And here's what I'm gonna do, because I don't know if Dragon Fist knows that the donos have to be $10 to count. So and this one actually, no, that came in before we switched over. So we got 1, 2. I count that as 1, 3, 4. I'll count that as 2. So you are two donos in, and you only have 8 more to go. So just so you know, ladies and gentlemen, and you only have 7 minutes to do it before we move into the 15-minute hit it or quit it, one big red dono, or you all go home time. It's cheaper to pay now than it is to wait. So
They do say it's cheaper to keep her.
I'm a keeper.
Yep.
All right, I'll hand it back to you, gentlemen. We can continue the conversation. Pick up where you left off. I forget who left off at this point.
We left off on.
I can restart it back up if you'd like.
Sure, go ahead, Toasty.
And I wasn't criticizing.
So I want to know, why are you guys removing God from the equation? Like power of God from the equation.
God
I
is
mean,
in the first place, and it's not necessary.
what creates the impossibility here?
Well,
Because we don't need God to
Why wouldn't
explain
it be
the natural
necessary?
world.
Oh, because
Like-
the universe just exists without God.
If you're talking about God and what God can do, then why would it be unnecessary to talk about God and what He can do?
Oh yeah, in the same way I can talk about like fictional characters like Goku,
Exactly.
whether he could like blow
Oh, man.
Perfect, Toasty.
Perfectly
stupid.
circular, perfectly stupid. Like
the
what?
conversation is about God and what God can do.
As you going
Yeah,
all the way
yeah,
back
but
to the
also
beginning.
like
Yeah,
positive.
and not everyone's believers, genius.
So, like,
Do you think
I mean,
God can make a burrito so
If you believe
spicy?
that the Big Bang is out,
All right, let's go one at a time. Go ahead, Clay.
yeah, I mean, look, you can sit here and say, I believe that millions and millions and millions and millions and billions and trillions and gazillions of years ago, this is what happened. But then you weren't there, just like 6,000 years ago. I wasn't
That's a
there.
lot of
So we're both
zeros.
going off of belief. You know, who was it?
his mind was never here. So
this
I mean,
debate
you-
has
you have,
happened
like, a
so
critique
many
of
times.
Hold on, Bones. Hold on.
premeditating.
This debate has happened so many times that even the best philosophical religious minds have had these debates. You can actually check these debates out. These are all over the internet. But what's interesting is that even though those higher minds, those highly uneducated folks would say that it's possible and that we're just both going off of belief, you're the one saying, no, it's not possible. You won't even accept the possibility of it.
Name one debate that's happened.
That's crazy.
Name
town.
one debate between like these ideas that has happened.
Huh?
Just
Was it
name a
Richard
debate.
Dawkins and what's the big Christian philosopher?
Yeah, and what were the main points?
Oh my God! The main point was they debated the flood,
Mhm.
and there was also another guy who debated the possibility of God even existing. And I believe Dawkins actually came to the conclusion, yeah, it's possible. The possibility is there, and you're saying it's not possible.
To be fair, we've had this debate here at least once a week over the entire like last 2 years. To be fair.
Jedi, I have a question for you. And I'm being
Also
nice
genetically.
tonight. I'm being nice. I mean, I could have called him G.I. Jane, but that's just whatever.
I kind of like Jedi. It's powerful.
Sure.
Close friends call me Jedi.
Do they really?
Don't let it go to your head, sir. If you were to judge Da Vinci, right? If you were to judge him for destroying his own inventions in a fit of rage, who would you likely say gave him the authority to judge God?
Well, one thing we need to make a distinction between, if a Da Vinci destroys a painting he made versus God commanding one human to slaughter another human or drowning a human. The difference is that the creation is a sentient being capable of experiencing suffering. So there's no one harmed by someone making a painting and then burning it. There's no harm done. And if you did that in private, no one would even know what happened. But if you were to create a robot, if Da Vinci made a robot and imbued it with the ability to feel pain and suffering, he would now have a moral obligation to not inflict unnecessary suffering on that sentient creature, because he'd be doing something from what I would consider in my worldview to be immoral, which is causing unnecessary harm and suffering to thinking creatures.
But the question is, who?
Does anybody die in God's hands?
Hold on. Go ahead.
No,
Spin.
go ahead, Toasty. Go ahead, Toasty.
You were going to ask who gave Da Vinci the right, or something like that?
The authority.
Who gave Da Vinci? If Da Vinci
Who
has his
gave
own
Da Vinci
invention-
the authority to?
Go ahead, Sven.
Who gave Da Vinci the authority to judge God?
Nobody. Anyone can judge God all they want. I judge God, the God character in the Bible, all the time.
Question.
That's just a literary criticism.
But God doesn't
How
exist,
dare
and
you
you sit there
criticize
judging
God?
him.
Well, I'm wagging.
You know he's real because you are judging him.
So
Wait,
I can
I could
That's
also
amazing.
wait.
something
You
like
believe in
that.
God?
Hold
Wait,
on,
wait,
hold
isn't it?
on, hold.
Asinine
Go ahead,
thing.
Bones.
Hold on,
I
guys.
heard-
Hold on, guys.
Bones, go ahead. I heard you were trying to chime in.
place. Like I could judge like other fictional characters, like fucking Goku. Like, does that mean that Goku exists in reality? If I'm like criticizing his actions,
But
It
where
means
is
it
your
does-
proof that God is a fictional character, Bones?
oh yeah,
You didn't make
There's your proof God is a real character.
Sure.
And
I mean, the problem of evil kind of like precludes a god. The fact that like the flood not existing in reality.
So
also,
let me get this straight.
God
You don't
claims to be
you don't
flooded.
believe God exists, but you're judging him as if he's a real person.
No.
Oh
that's
yeah.
not
You can
correct.
judge fictional
We're
characters.
judging
all
a
the time.
character.
Yes.
Not fictional.
Well, hold on. Let Jed respond, please. You guys know my rules. All of you are regulars. You all know my rules. Clay asks the question. Jed's going to answer. Everybody else go shut the fuck up. Thank you. Go ahead, Jed.
Thanks. So just because we're judging a character in a book doesn't mean that we believe he actually exists. We could judge the evil stepmother from Cinderella and decide that she's a morally repugnant character. That doesn't mean I think Cinderella is a true story or that the evil stepmother actually exists. What we're doing is called a literary criticism. We're reading a book and taking a character in the book and saying the actions of this character I judge as immoral or tyrannical. But that doesn't mean we think he's real, and that doesn't necessarily mean we're making the claim that he's not real. All we're doing is judging the actions that are claimed in a book. That's it.
The book that you're talking about, hold on, Clay, just 1 second. The book that you are talking about was written by who?
Well, it's a collection
The
of
book that I believe you're alluding to is
It was
the
written by
Bible.
Paul. A
right?
lot of it is unknown, author unknown.
Authors.
Like for the
Author.
Torah, for example,
it's a
Genesis to
collection
Deuteronomy,
from
we
a
have no
bunch
idea
of
who wrote
different
that.
time periods.
Go ahead, Clay.
I don't know. I don't understand the relevance of the question. You're asking
the
who wrote
relevance
the
of the
Bible
question-
as if that's
There's no
relevant.
relevance coming from Spin ever. Don't look
No,
for
no,
it.
I know where he was going. I mean, the relevance is that you are making a claim of this book, this supposed book that you say you don't believe is true, but you don't know who the author is. You don't believe the characters in there are real. You're making these judgment claims. You're actually going
We're
on a
not the
grand
ones
tour.
making the
Hold on,
claim.
hold
Jeez.
on, dude.
Hold
Jesus
on,
fucking Christ.
FG. Let me finish.
God damn, dude. Okay. You are going on a grand tour to disprove something that you don't even believe is real. If it's not real, what the fuck difference does it make?
Why would I try to disprove something if I think it is real? You're saying, oh, if you think it's not real, why would you try
Because
to?
it's the prompt of the
It's a
debate,
belief
Clay.
culture.
No, I don't have a
It
problem
is
with
the
that.
prompt of
You
the
believe
debate.
it's
It's the
real.
prompt
People
of
No,
the
like
debate.
yourself have been brainwashed.
You're trying to disprove something.
Crazy
Hold
about
on,
it.
guys.
True.
Hold on. Okay, number one, Shaman had to exit the panel, but he wanted to ask Jed a question. Do you believe in a supreme first creator, first mover, aka God?
I have no reason to believe that's true.
Okay.
Or real.
If the answer is no, then we should have a debate of whether does God exist. Are you willing to take up a debate? I think
Yeah,
it would
let's
be
do
a
it.
good 2v2. What do you think?
Let's-
And
God can
you're-
exist and not be the prime mover or the first cause.
I'll coordinate. This should be an email, right? We'll make a 2v2, Shaman and I don't know which side Shaman's on, but whatever. I'll work that one out behind the scenes. All right, to the chat.
Shaman's on the God side.
Okay, that's what I thought, but then I was like, wait, he always combats the Christians too. But
well,
all
it's
right.
their God that he has a problem with. Like myself, I believe their God's probably real. He's just a petty, nasty little sucker.
Fair
and not
enough.
the first mover.
That's acceptable. So here's what we're gonna do, chat. You failed the dono goal. So you now have your 15-minute hit it or quit it. One big fat red dono goal on the screen, or we go the fuck home. Okay?
And I really don't want to go home. I love this
Who
conversation.
would like to be our hero of the day? Dun da da da. We need that hero. We need him.
I need a hero.
So whose
Save the
unmoved
panel.
mover are we using?
Most people use the Aristotelian unmoved mover, but
Well,
it doesn't matter.
Aristotle
because
wasn't
there is
talking
no-
about God. Aristotle was trying to understand physics. He thought that there was like an invisible force that caused everything in motion to move. He
But
just
even
didn't
the
understand.
theologians used Aristotle's unmoved mover. They just reinterpreted.
Right, but we've already disproven it. Newton disproved that long ago.
Well, I don't claim it. I'm not buying it.
I understand. I'm not saying
Yeah.
you do. I'm just saying, like, Aristotle's unmoved mover has been debunked for a long fucking time. Nobody uses that anymore.
So just to be clear, Balderson, I understand the prompt of the debate. My thing is to question his worldview. So if I say, why would you go on a world tour to disprove something you don't believe exists? It's because he actually is called the, what is it? What do you call it? The flying spaghetti auditor?
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah, that's my username. Sure.
Right. So so you're on a world tour to disprove something that you don't really give a damn about, to be quite honest. You don't, right? I mean, do you care whether God is real or not?
You've
Well,
got
yeah,
it.
obviously I care whether or not God is real. I'm just not
Okay.
convinced that he is
Overwhelming
real.
part of our culture.
Well,
You're
Did he
mute.
cut out-
The reason
I'm trying to find middle ground with him too, Balderson.
I care about the truth, whether there's a God or not. I want to know. I'm not convinced there's a God, and I'm of the opinion that religion, specifically Christianity, is causing incredible harm to everyone. It's a toxic plague on our planet. It causes people to be bigoted to the LGBT community, to the trans community. It's awful. It's sexist. It's
Well, I'm a
just
Christian.
change
I
that
don't
to
have
Abrahamic,
It
I'm
promotes
with you.
the us versus them
Hold
mentality.
on. Everyone is literally talking. I can't say it enough. Jed's, number one, turn your volume up on your mic because you keep getting drowned out by everyone else. But number two, when a question is asked and somebody is answering it, please stop fucking interrupting them. Thank you. Jed, back to you, sir.
Sure. So I'm not going on a world tour. I mean, I don't leave my house most of the time. I've got a blue screen behind me, but I care about the truth and I care about other people. And I want to help people understand that they may be believing in these claims for bad reasons. So I want to help them realize that they're using fallacies and fallacious reasoning to come to their conclusion that their God exists. I want them to realize that their God beliefs and their religion is actually causing them and the people around them incredible harm.
So
And
I don't actually cause people harm. So you're putting that on me now. See, this is where I actually have to say, sir, I have to defend myself, sir, because you have put a claim upon me that I'm harming people.
Well, let me ask you a question.
What harm have I done to people?
Do you agree with the Bible that homosexuals deserve to be stoned to death?
Yes.
That is not the claim that the Bible makes right now.
Oh, it sure does. You haven't read Leviticus?
You haven't read the New Testament?
Dude, how many dabs does that take?
Where in the New Testament does it say
you haven't read Jesus' words? Jesus said, "Turn the other cheek." He said, "Mind your own business." Actually, Paul was the one who said, "Mind your own business."
So
I don't give a damn what you do in your bedroom, dude.
You think
Just
God
don't
was
do it
lying?
in front of the children.
We're,
That's all
we're
I
spinning
ask.
tires.
Hold on. What's the big point? The big purpose with that, Clay?
What?
Of what you're saying? Like, where's the point in it? What's the point?
So he asked me. Well, he made the claim, or no, he actually asked me if I believed that homosexuals should be stoned to death, and I said, well, there's another part of that. There's another part of that.
Notice he didn't answer the question. He just avoided it.
No, I did. I answered her question.
You didn't answer mine. Do you believe?
Okay, I answered her question, and I was attempting to answer your question. Yeah.
Do you believe with God? Do you agree with God when he says that homosexuals deserve to be stoned to death?
He didn't, bro. Oh my God. You leave so much of everything out for your convenience.
What am I
You're lying.
out?
You're a liar.
The final form
you still won't answer the question.
You're a liar.
Here, I'll
your
answer
question
it.
is premised on bullshit.
I'll answer your question.
Your question is not premised on my God. You are claiming a God that I do not believe in, sir.
Can I get 10 minutes with Jed so we can make some real progress instead of like
valid question?
It's not my fucking belief,
All right,
and I'm a Christian.
I'm gonna break all this up so everybody can like maybe take a breather for a second. Mr. Tom Carpenter has sent in the 100 so that we may continue the conversation. However, he has provided a brief commercial break on behalf. Okay, so we're gonna watch this quickie. Little Andy
this
Kaufman.
is my favorite Kaufman skit. Are you shitting me?
So we're gonna watch this, and everybody can say thank you to Mr. Tom Carpenter in the chat, because then we get to see Clay and Jed try again on this one, and hopefully we'll be able to make more sense of it.
He was the best.
And here comes Tom to save the day with the big hundo, so that we. Am I muted still now?
No, you're good now.
Okay, here comes Tom to save the day, and he was providing a nice song to show everyone that he is the superhero of the panel this night. Shout out to Tom Carpenter. Thank you so kindly for your big fat red dono in my Cash App. And since we can't put my favorite color on the screen, please be sure to throw tomatoes in the chat on behalf of Tom Carpenter so that we can all see the red. Okay. All right, Jed, I want to kick it back to you. I think you were leading off there.
Sure. Yeah. Clay had asked me what harm his religion is doing to the people around him. I asked him if he agrees with God in Leviticus 20:13, when God says, if a man has sexual relations with another man, that they are both deserving of death and must be stoned. And he refused to answer the question.
I'll answer your question.
If you're gonna kill him,
he didn't refuse to answer your question.
That is
kind of nice. Stoned first, exactly. No,
yeah.
I didn't refuse to answer the question. So stop making claims. Stop lying.
Go ahead and answer it. We're
stop
still waiting
lying.
for your answer.
Stop lying, and I will answer your question.
Go ahead. We're waiting.
This is the second time you've lied about
all right.
This is the third time.
Hold on. Can we just get the answer, Clay? Then.
Whoa.
There's only one way to find out whether somebody's gay or not.
That's still not an answer. See how he's accusing me of being a liar, but he's so dishonest he won't answer a simple question.
Myself. Yes, if I am out in public and you do some gay shit in front of me, I'm gonna pick up the goddamn stick and beat you with it myself.
There you go. That's exactly
what
I'm talking about.
I don't want
say
you
Christianity
doing
is a toxic
gay
plague.
shit, which is sexual shit in public.
Hold
that
on,
make sense?
because
Don't
Clay
do
is a
that
perfect
shit in front of
example of the
children.
damage
It's that
Christianity
simple.
does to
Stop
its
doing
victims.
sexual shit in front of fucking children.
Guys,
It's that simple.
So if a man kisses his
let's
husband
come
in
back
front of
down
you,
to
you're gonna
earth.
beat
Let's
them.
come back down to earth a little bit.
No.
Yes, that's entailed by your view, Clay.
You
Don't
need
go
to
run away from
translate
POS.
some better
Choose your
words
hold on.
because
better.
that's what you got out
Run
of
away
it.
from
All right. Okay. I'm taking this back. Now you're pissing me off. One at a fucking time. Toasty, I think you have a delay because everything you're saying is like 10 seconds after everything's happening. So maybe go back out or something. But you have a delay. Okay. So Clay, are you promoting the idea that we should stone people to death? Because I think that was the quote, was like stone them to death if they are
Doing that
gay.
shit in front of children. Yeah, absolutely.
big.
Do that shit in front of children. I'm gonna pick up the stick
Why are you
and
adding
beat you
this
my
in
damn
front of
self,
children
bro.
bit?
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, hold on.
Leviticus
Yeah.
never mentions
There's
in
only
front of
one way
children.
to know. There's only one way to know whether you suck a dick or not. Okay.
And
Look, if you suck dick, I
Why
don't
does
need
it
to
have to
know
be in
it.
front of kids?
I don't
Why-
need to know that you suck dick, Jed.
Theist, everyone.
Okay, you don't have to tell me.
Violent.
Okay, don't tell
Can
me.
me and
that you suck
Jed have
dick.
a real
Just don't tell me.
conversation just for like 10 minutes? Because I think this is going nowhere. This will
Yeah,
actually go nowhere for 30 minutes.
let Clay, why don't you
Gay.
let's let you cool down for a second.
Yeah, you're making it weird.
Hostile, do you have
Super
another inquiry to throw in here
Yeah,
that might
yeah.
be helpful?
So let's drop the Bible stuff, the superfluous stuff, right? Let's talk about, the metaphysical claims. So I noticed you said you wanted to prove that it's illogical, that it's not rational or not reasonable to believe this, right? Was that what I understood? That it's fallacious, right? To claim that there is a such thing as a disembodied mind, essentially. I'm not saying that there's
Here we go
necessarily a creator, or even that you should call it God, right? So this is a hot take. This isn't necessarily like the Christian take, but I'm not denying that there isn't a mind at play that's plasmating the forms that we experience in the world. Ontologically, there's something behind the beings we experience within becoming. Are you familiar with philosophy? I guess we could start there.
I've heard of philosophy before. Now,
Hopefully,
you mentioned
right?
that can a claim be fallacious? The claim itself that a disembodied mind exists or that God exists, the claim isn't necessarily fallacious. It's the arguments that the theists are giving for their claim that are so often fallacious. Now, with regards to, is it reasonable to believe that a disembodied mind exists and created the universe? I would say any claim that we believe should have evidence. And if we believe a claim without sufficient evidence, that by definition is being irrational.
Okay, let's start here then. Okay, so Parmenides' claim, right, a pre-Socratic philosopher, was that there's the only thing that exists is being, okay, and that there is no such thing as nothing. Now I'm going to ask you this one question, and then we can move forward. Can you get something from nothing?
I've never observed nothing, so I have no idea if you can get something from it or not. But I've never made the claim that we have or have ever gotten something from nothing.
So you're saying it may be possible or something like that?
It might be possible to get something from nothing. I don't know, because like I said, we've never experienced or observed nothing.
Well, Parmenides' claim is emphatic. It's an emphatic yes, right? Like it's something you can know. If you start with nothing, you cannot have something.
But you can't start with nothing. You've never done that, and you've never observed nothing. So you're just making stuff up. You have no idea
that's the point.
what
That's the
properties
point.
of
We've
nothing
never
are.
observed nothing, so there's only existence. That's his claim. There's only existence. We know that's the case. There's existence, right? You agree with that?
Yeah. It
You're
seems to me that-
experiencing
There's
existence.
nothing.
Yeah.
How is there a rule that says it can't become something?
Well, it's by virtue of its definition, right? Like you have nothing.
Yeah,
you
but it's
can't have
nothing.
something from it.
There's
right?
no restrictions on it. It's
This all-
nothing. There are no rules that say it has to stay nothing. It's nothing.
Have you
You're
ever
putting
heard
a
of
limit
virtual
on it when you
particles?
says it can't be something.
Well, it would be something, right? There's no middle ground here.
No, if you're
There's
saying that
no-
nothing can't be something, then you're saying that it has a property that is a little bit more than nothing, right? If
I'm
it's
not
No,
sure
purely
I'm not
nothing,
saying
then
it has a
there's- there's
property.
There's no
I'm
rule
not
that says
saying
it
that.
can't become nothing spontaneously, right?
Nothing
No, I'm not saying it has a property.
cannot possess properties.
Yeah, it has no property. It doesn't exist. It's non-existent. Well, anyway,
My position is not that there's been a nothing that turned into something. So it seems like you might be arguing with a straw man.
well, no, it's not a straw man. I'm saying if you don't agree with that, that's just as fallacious, right? Like if you think you can get something from nothing, that's fallacious.
I never made that claim.
Nobody said that.
Well, you said it's possible.
No,
In
I
physics,
said I
nothing is
don't
saying
know
it's
not
that
not
it's
locally or
impossible.
nothing.
You made the epistemological. You had an epistemological stance. Was that I can't know it?
I said I didn't say no. You keep giving me claims that I never said. I never said we can't know. I said that we don't know because we've never observed nothing. If we could observe nothing, then maybe we would find out if you could get something from it or not. But we have no idea what the properties of nothing are, and we have no idea.
How do you
that something
observe
could come
nothing,
from
though? Okay, we'll move past this here in a second, right? But I just need to dig a little deeper here. How do you observe nothing? Wouldn't it be something when
I
you're
have no
observing?
idea. I'm not aware that we.
Well, you can't.
it's
That's the
possible
point,
right now
right?
to
Nothing
observe
is
nothing.
a lack of existence.
There you go. Yeah. So the point Parmenides was trying to make was that there's only existence. If that's the case, then there is no beginning or end to things
Okay.
ultimately.
That doesn't
Right.
follow.
Yeah, that could
Okay.
just wait. Then it could just be the case that the universe always existed.
That's the point. That's the big claim. That's
Or
the
time
thing that
itself
most
existed, or it started. If time itself began to exist, then that means the universe had a beginning, but there was never anything before that. So there's never been a nothing.
No. Becoming has a beginning, right? So in philosophy, there are two different terms here. One is being, and the other is becoming. One is eternal and permanent. The other is temporal and changing. Are we on the same page? Does that make any sense?
The universe could have just always existed, and then the time variance could have started at some point.
Yeah, that's more along the lines of where we're going.
Yeah, I don't see what's the problem with a universe that's eternal, or matter and energy have always existed in some form.
Well, that means there's no creator, right? So
Yeah.
that we can throw out the creator concept. That's a misnomer, right? So he's not
But
creating
that would
anything.
preclude the existence of a creator.
You've never observed that. We agree with that. I agree with that stance.
We have no observation of the existence of a creator. All
Yeah,
we know-
and even physics,
all
right?
we-
There are
all we can posit is that the universe always exists, and you don't need a creator to substantiate that. Adding in a creator adds one more proposition that you now need to prove.
well, no, I'm saying that disproves a creator.
Yeah.
If that disproves a creator, right?
It decreases the likelihood of a creator existing.
No, it absolutely disproves it because there's no temporality. In ultimate being, it's permanent, right? There's no beginning or end. So this is how we get around the creator part. But we're experiencing change right now in temporality, in becoming, right? And there are these forms that are independent of our mind. I don't make trees. I don't make animals. I don't make the chemicals. I don't make, minerals. These things exist and they have form and order. This is my next question. This is where I'm going. We'll take the next step. Is your stance more like agnostic, or do you claim something like evolution or emergence from complexity? How do you believe, order, negentropy? How does that work in your model?
Well, my agnosticism is going to depend on the claim. So with regards to evolution, I am in fact convinced that humans and animals are the result of billions of years of evolution. But with something like the origin of the universe, I'm very agnostic because I have no idea how the universe came to be the way that it is, if it's always existed or if time itself began. I have no idea. I don't make any claims about the origin of the universe.
Ah, okay. Well, then you have wiggle room. You'll always have wiggle room then. So there's really no argument to be had, right? Like we can't make any progress in this discussion, whether it's Clay or me, because your stance is you can't know and you don't know yet, right?
I didn't say that I can't know. I just said that
okay.
I'm
We
not
will,
convinced.
but not right now. So we can't have the discussion now. We got to wait till later when we figure.
Well,
some
if
stuff
if
out.
you or Clay or some other Christian claims to know in fact that a God did create the universe, then we can talk about your evidence for that claim.
Well, it's the negentropy. It's the order that goes against entropy. It's there's seemingly an intellecty within seeds, germs, cells. Things develop and have like a goal or a determinate end, and this isn't necessarily a product of evolution, right? There's problems
It
in the
absolutely
evolutionary
is.
model.
So with regards to the evolutionary
place
model,
for
if
talk.
you want to imbue a goal, it's just survival and reproduction, because The organisms that survive and reproduce are the ones that populate the next generation. So what you have after billions of years is organisms that are incredibly good at surviving and reproduction, and they're all fighting against each other to do so. So nothing about that requires a God.
Well, no, there's problems with that model. That's why evolutionists, not all of them agree with just that, right? There are other problems like monogenism or common descent. Like these are issues within that model of the survival of the fittest. There are environmental pressures. There are random mutations in genetics.
Well, there's
Those
tons of
aren't problems; those are mechanisms.
Most
tons
people,
of different
well, no, they're
mechanisms in
problems
evolution.
because they don't provide a tight knit model of evolution.
Yeah, they do.
They really don't, though.
They really
That's why
do.
most
You just
they
don't understand the model.
sure okay. No, most of them actually go towards something like emergence from complexity, right? It's more about like random.
What's emerging from complexity? And what's random?
Our entire experience is a random emergence.
Emergence
from
theory.
complexity. So yeah, if you don't know right
Oh, I was
now,
just
Do you not
trying
think
right,
that a
then
human
there
being
really
is
is
more,
that you have no
more than
stake.
the sum of its parts?
Your position should be like, hey, I can't argue because I don't know,
No, I
right?
was trying
Not
to
I do
nail
know.
down- I was trying to nail
No,
it
no,
down
no,
right
not
here.
you. I'm talking to Jed. I'm talking to Jed.
What is it you think I don't know?
Well, you just said the origins of the universe. So how do you know if there's a creator or not? You don't know, right? So you
Exactly.
don't have a stake in the
I'm
game.
not convinced that there is a creator, but if someone
it's
else
not
is
about
making
being
a positive
convinced.
claim,
You
we
don't
can certainly
know.
have that discussion. And
You
then
don't
they
have
use
an
their argument,
epistemological
and
claim.
I address it. I'm not the one making a positive claim about the origin of the universe. That's the job of the theist who says God created the universe.
Well, why are you trying to argue what people know, right? When you don't know, isn't
But they
that
don't
a
know.
fallacious
But
position?
claiming to know something that you in fact don't know is a form of lying. So
Oh,
if
so
someone claims to
you-
know, I know for sure that Yahweh created the universe in 6 days.
Well,
You might
obviously,
be
that's
genuinely
silly.
convinced
Yeah.
of that, and we can talk about the evidence that you have for your claim. But I'm not barred from talking about other people's arguments and evidence simply because I don't have a claim of my own about the origin of the universe. I'm just being intellectually honest.
Well, honest, maybe. Yeah, maybe. But I still don't think you have a stake in the game. You don't. You're not. You don't have any position. You don't know. So,
According
like,
to
for
you, I
instance,
have
if
to
you
make
can't,
up a stake. I have to make up a claim about the origin of the universe in order to tear down yours.
well, you don't have to make up a claim. What we just went through, Parmenides, is very. It's not hard to work out, especially somebody who's into logic, right? Like,
Is
I'm
this-
assuming that you understand logic.
Let's take, for example, let's say there's a murder and you claim that the butler did it, but I don't know who the murderer is. I can talk about your evidence. You can make the claim that the butler did it, and I can point out, oh, well, maybe the butler didn't do it because I have a good alibi for him. I don't need to have an alternative explanation in order to tear down your bad claim.
Well, no, it's not a bad claim. It's first principles, right? Like, this is inarguable. You cannot get something from nothing, but you're like, we don't know that. That's
And I
that's
think
absurd.
in Hostile's position, he would say the butler or someone said the butler did it, right? That would be like analogous to the Bible said God is real, right? Someone told him the butler did it. That's
Well,
the
no,
only way
that's-
I can comprehend that.
From his analogy, yeah, but that's not my position. I'm not saying that. This is a
Mhm.
first principle that's
Is this-
inarguable. It's not a claim.
Is
It's
this
something
like
that you
the,
know.
Is this like the thing behind the door kind of question? What is that? Like the elephant behind the door or something like that? Is there something behind the door? How do you know it's behind the door?
Like Schrodinger's cat or something.
Is that what it is?
It's
If
not.
the snake
This
is in the
actually
wood pile, prove
knowable,
that the snake
right?
is in the wood pile, basically.
It's a logical proof. Can I offer one also?
Sure,
You want
yeah.
me to
Build off
concede
this.
that
This is
that something
Aquinas.
can't come from nothing. I'm happy to do so.
So we'll build off that. I'll give you something that is observable. We can observe motion, right? Everything around us, everything in the observable universe is in motion. We can observe that. And I don't just mean it's physically moving. I mean, it's going through some sort of change. If it's alive,
Yes.
it's getting older, it's set right.
Flux.
Right. So can you point to something, and this builds off the same logic, and we can get to the evidence, which I also have that's still available today, but we can continue with the logic also just to wrap it up. Can you point to anything in the universe that moves without a mover?
No, I don't have
Right.
any
So
examples.
therefore, there must be an unmoved mover that started the process.
Nope.
It doesn't have to be unmoved, though.
Does that follow? What's the argument for that?
No, you can get back to the eternity thing. Parmenides talked about this. It's always moving. They're always moving. It's always has been
Argument
moving.
from
And we have the
Aquinas
problem
is a
with
misunderstanding of how things move.
That has
through
that.
space.
No. Can you point to any other example of anything in the universe that has that property? You know, there's a reason that we've not been able to create a perpetual motion machine. They make
Because it violates the second law of thermodynamics.
I didn't hear you.
It violates the second law of thermodynamics. Entropy within a system always increases. So in a closed system, you're losing all of your energy as time goes on.
Right.
Without extra input.
And it violates the first.
That's why Hostile's argument fails there. It couldn't have always been in motion.
Oh,
It
does, because there's no unmoved.
Hold on. Let Andrew finish his thought, please.
And
Thank
it's
you.
what Hostile was talking about. This is a logical principle. You have to falsify it. It's a Thomas Aquinas logical proof that has not been falsified since. So you have to offer.
No, it's
Hold on.
infinite
Let-
regress.
I'm not even arguing
God
with you, dude.
damn
I
it.
don't know why
Let him
you're arguing.
fucking
I'm trying to
finish his
support your
fucking
argument.
statement. Hold on, Andrew, please. I don't know how many more times I have to say this. He's literally explaining himself, and you are interrupting to interrupt his fucking thought process when you haven't heard the whole fucking thing yet. Just let each other talk. For fuck's sake, Andrew, and then Bones. Thank you.
Now, Hostile, I'm not arguing with you, so I don't know why you're shutting me down before I can finish. Aquinas has certainly not been debunked, if that's what you're saying.
I am saying that, but continue.
Aquinas' logic. They haven't. So what I'm saying is, if you take all 5 of his proofs, the first being very similar to the one you were describing, and you know, the rest being the perfect order of things. If you look at all 5 of them together, you have to offer some type of logical contradiction of that, a logical, I can't think of the word, a logical contradiction of what we're saying, of the logical proof to say that it's not true. You can't just say, oh, it's not true and not offer.
Yeah, when you're done speaking, I'll explain
I'm
why it's
talking
not
to
true.
Jed.
Yeah.
So I'm giving you an observable thing that we observe in the universe and a logical proof that follows. So unless you can negate that proof, you'll be a very famous man if you can do that.
That's the 3rd time you said it. You want it?
Bones, you had your hand up. Go ahead.
So there's probably a couple of rebuttals to this. In
Here's
particular,
rebuttals.
I think your argument requires like special pleading. If you think that everything in the universe has like some type of cause there, then like what causes God in this case?
There you go. It's infinite regress. That is the problem with it. That's why you eliminate the infinite regress. Parmenides did this already. Thomas Aquinas is pleading.
The problem is
I've heard that argument that it doesn't negate Aquinas that it's special pleading. I don't think that it's special pleading. I think it's the conclusion that he draws when you put in things like fine tuning.
This is why we groaned.
Any other conclusion, and he's not even saying that it's Yahweh. That might be special pleading. He's just saying this is what we call God. Therefore, it's not special pleading. He's not saying this has to be the Christian God or this has to be Yahweh, the one that does all the terrible things that Jed said. He's not saying that. That might be special pleading, but that's not what he's saying here. And I'd like to hear how Jed counters it.
Unmoved. The problem is the word unmoved. He's ending it right there with the special pleading, right? You think everything moves and has to be moved,
I don't think
right?
that. That's
But
what we
you're
observe.
stopping it. This is the problem with creator, right? The idea of a creator, because it's infinite regress. It pleads it begs the question: who created it?
Who created the creator?
Yeah, and it's okay. Well, who moved it? It's
Well, the
infinite
creator
regress.
is outside
Parmenides
of
said, "How
time
about
and
you
space."
stop that?" Right? Parmenides said, "How about you stop that?" And you just wrap your mind around the big truth, which is it's always moved, and it's never stopping moving. It's always existed. There is no nothing. There's always been something. It's the idea of you associating being with becoming and smashing those two things together. That's the problem with philosophy for the past 2,000 years. People didn't understand that. They believe that being and becoming are one thing, and they're not.
No, because you don't solve the problem by saying it's always been. You don't
absolutely
ask
do.
me for
Exactly what
something
you're doing with
observable
your
and then
conflict.
solve the problem with something that's never been observed, which is perpetual motion. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't track logically.
It
And
absolutely
it's not a regress. Just to say there must be an unmoved mover is the logical conclusion. to
Well,
that.
who
moves it? Who moves it?
Chad, you wanted to add
The
in, and then
unmoved mover,
Bones.
That's the point.
Yeah, I'm happy to hop in. So Andrew is saying we've never observed anything in motion that didn't have something that put into motion.
Correct.
Yep.
And he thinks the logical conclusion is that therefore there was something that was never put into motion. The
No, that
thing
there
that he's
must be an
saying that we've
unmoved
never
mover at
observed
some-
is
yeah.
how he solves his own infinite regression. And so he's basically solving an infinite regression by appealing to another bigger, mysterious infinite regression. He's saying
Exactly.
we can't have movement all the way down. We can't have cows all the way down. Therefore, there's a God who's infinite all the way down, and he started everything. But all you're doing is pushing your infinite regression problem back a step. You're
That's
pushing it back
reductive.
to God.
I said you
who's
have to take all
infinite.
5 proofs. That's reductive.
Yeah, well, that's the solution for the first 3 proofs because they're all pretty much the same thing that just
They
swap
are.
out the
Yes,
word cause
that's
and
correct.
motion.
They are very close. The first 3.
I'm happy
Jed
to
gets
address
it
the other
for
2
sure.
if you want as well.
Well, no, you haven't negated the proof because you
Well,
made
it's not a proof, it's
you
just an
tried
empty
to negate it. I said no, you have to negate all 5, and then you said okay, well, what?
Yeah, I'm happy to
That's
go
where
on
we're
to
at.
the other
You
ones.
still
There's
have
the
to negate them. You can't just sidestep it. Like it's not. You're not negating the need for an unmoved mover by just saying that we call it God. You can call it. It's actually not called God. It's called the unmoved mover.
but like Hostile
You
pointed
call
out,
it
there
whatever
doesn't
you want. There
need
has to be a
to
first
be
cause.
there
There has
doesn't
to be
need to
a
be
first
an
cause that
unmoved
seems to
mover.
be intelligent. That's what
There
I'm
do-
saying.
There doesn't need to be an unmoved mover if the universe itself is eternal and something has always been in motion.
So why is it that
Bingo.
you can point to me and say or to Hostile and say that he needs to show something that's observable, but you can show something?
Yeah, you can't get something from nothing.
You
Argue
can
that. And if you do, it just sounds silly.
Observable that we've
I
never
never said
observed.
that you can get something from nothing. So I don't know why you're bringing
Well,
that
no,
up. I
not
just said
you.
that
Andrew's now the one that's saying prove it, right? So I'm telling him
Hostile's
to
like
prove it.
fighting both the atheists and the Christians. It's hilarious.
Oh yeah, no, it's a hot take for sure. I don't fit in for sure. But my point is that the idea that you can't get something from nothing is a knowable claim. It's not a belief or some far out.
So is the unmoved
concept.
mover.
Well, no, that's not the claim that I'm making. That's
But that is
actually
also a
I
knowable
don't see how it
regress.
logically follows at all
Yeah.
that because
Yeah.
we have motion, therefore there was
Motion.
someone that
Well,
was
because
unmoved.
everything has an equal reaction, right? Everything
Okay.
has.
So what was God's reaction? What was God?
Tails of
God is
conflict.
Newtonian
Whoa.
that
physics.
moves without a push, without you moving it. That doesn't.
Why
That doesn't
can't
exist
the
in the
origin of
observable
the
Special
universe.
initial
pleading that you're
motion-
doing. All you're doing is
No,
special
I'm not
pleading.
special pleading. I'm not saying it has to be the Christian God. I'm saying there has to be
That
something
never ends-
that
that
gave
never-
it a push.
I never said
and
that.
thing
Okay,
seems
so
to be
you'd be fine with
intelligent.
the Big Bang?
So don't
explaining-
make a straw man. Argue with me.
A
I'm
generic
saying-
God, Andrew, by the way, a generic God also fails this test. So
How?
there is no need to appeal
How?
because it would a generic God could still be an unmoved mover, and this would still like fall into
Right.
the same issues.
So you're
Yeah,
agreeing
so
with me.
this attacks all possible gods that fit Aquinas' view.
Only if I grant perpetual motion.
No, you don't. No. Whoa.
This
where-
is silly, man.
You
We
said
need
it's
to move,
always
we
been
need to move
moving.
on from the Aquinas 5 ways. We got
So
we got
what-
Coming for you now, Bones.
This is silly. Is your response? I'm still getting trying to figure out how
Well,
you got
it's silly because
perpetual motion.
by the way.
The universe is
Yeah,
always
that
in
everything
motion.
has a
Is what
cause.
you
but, like,
said.
God himself doesn't have a cause. That's a contradiction right there.
You're the only damn theist I ever hear bring up Aquinas.
Unmoved mover.
Everybody
How
else
is it
understands it's been to be
contradicting
about.
the name?
So the contradiction is everything has a cause, and then God doesn't have a cause.
exactly. That's a problem.
Everything in no, it's not a problem.
It
Everything
is
in
because you're
material
special
reality-
pleading. How do you not understand that? We have to move on from this. We're going to do
Everything in
circles all night.
material reality. It's the same reason that I was saying to
But
Jed when
everything
he
in
laughed at my super chat
Material
that
reality
you're
has a
doing the same thing, and that you have
I'm
to
with
grant
Roscoe. We're just going to loop on Aquinas all night.
cause. God
all
doesn't have
night.
a
I've been on here for like
That's
10
also
minutes.
a contradiction. By the
Yeah,
way.
well.
That
No,
is-
our
Sarah,
claims
can we
are not the
go
same.
back to his Jed's original question to Clay, please?
What was the question?
What?
Well, I apologize.
Oh God, no! Why would you? The whole purpose was for me to move off of that one.
want the
Fox,
evidence,
Ben.
Jed?
What was
He
that? Andrew?
said, "Do you buy and do you agree with Leviticus stoning gays?"
Yes.
Well,
Yeah,
give us
and-
your base take.
When I say that the Bible causes real
That's
harm and
interesting.
Christianity is a toxic plague on
Well, then
humanity,
you're a piece of
this is
shit.
a perfect example of how and why. Because
Sarah,
people,
read the back chat, please.
because the book says a thing, believe that gay people are inferior or that having homosexual sex makes you deserving of death. It's just bigotry and homophobia disguised as righteousness.
Nobody
It's the most
thinks that.
disgusting and toxic thing in the whole world.
Nobody
Okay,
thinks that
so-
you're putting a straw man. Can two homosexuals perpetuate society? The book is
They
to
don't need
perpetuate
to.
society.
What difference does it make?
The book is to perpetuate society in the best possible way. If you can't do that, I'm sorry if the book doesn't promote that. Like, it's clearly not designed to promote what two people, how they feel. It's
Why
not
does
for that. It's to make a better
procreation
society
isn't
for
necessary
everybody.
for everybody. Not everyone needs to procreate.
But
We've got
How did you, if nobody needed to procreate, how did you get here?
But
Wow.
society
Did
needs
you
to
see that
procreate.
straw man, guys?
Hold
I just said
on.
not everyone needs to procreate, and then I was asked, well, if no one procreates, then the
I'm
society.
telling you why the Bible does it. It's not because it hates gay people.
Nobody
It's not
needs
because it
to.
hates
I
them.
said that not everyone needs to.
It's not because it's
In
a
fact,
hateful,
gay people
vengeful.
can
Hold on,
serve an
Andrew. Hold on,
incredibly
Andrew. Hold on.
That's
gay
not why.
people can serve an incredibly useful utility in an advanced society
Didn't
But
say
they
because they
can't
can
procreate.
adopt children that don't have a home and give them a great place to grow up.
Didn't say
We
that.
don't need to procreate in order to be a good person or in order to be a productive member of society. We've
Didn't
got
say that.
8 billion people on the planet.
Impersonate.
We don't need every single person to procreate. We've got plenty of humans, and the population is continuing to increase. In fact, there's some people that believe homosexuality is nature's way of preventing overpopulation.
Oh wow.
Don't we see
Base.
something like that in the
Oh,
red?
you know
super
what? Who was
base take.
talking about that last night? Neil was talking about the idea of why we fight more and like have more crime rates in the bigger cities, the denser populations, and also why people get sicker and so on and so forth. That would actually make sense, Jed. Ooh,
But I'm saying is I
nature,
tied it to-
nature
and I
took
tied it to
over.
Universe 25.
Yes.
People seem to
Yeah.
conflate the idea that the only good reason to have a relationship is to procreate and make new babies. And I completely reject that.
That
Okay.
was probably true 2,000 years ago, though. Back when birth rates were, surviving birth was tricky. People would die during childhood because they didn't understand
Sarah, it
disease
was
and
my
stuff.
You
question.
could
I would
still
like
have
to
homosexual
respond.
sex and
Oh, I'm
have
not against
legitimate
homosexuals.
children. There's
Yeah.
nothing immoral about having gay sex
Hold
because
on. I'm not-
having
You just
gay
said
sex
you
doesn't
can have
prevent you from
homosexual
procreating.
I'm not arguing
And
about
have
gay
children?
that.
What the
But
fuck?
the book promotes what's good for the society as a whole.
Two men can
Not
make
what's
a
good for an
baby?
individual.
No, he's talking
I
about
never said
adopting,
that they
Clay.
can.
He's
I
talking about
said you
adoption.
can have gay sex and
have a
also
baby.
procreate. Because
They
you
could
can
have
have
sex
sex
with
what,
any
Clay?
woman.
You can have sex with men and women. So you could have children and
But you can't
have
do it
gay
if,
sex.
if you're having gay sex.
Who
What'd you
claimed
say?
that?
Not what he's saying, you fuck
That's not what he
with.
said.
No, he
The
is.
act
He
of
is
having
literally
gay
No,
saying
he's
sex
not.
you can
doesn't
have gay
prevent
sex
you from
Stop,
having
and procreate.
children.
He just said if two, he
Go ahead,
said
go ahead.
if two gay people had sex, they could procreate. That is exactly what he just said.
Yep.
No,
and
he
that's
said people
true.
can have sex homosexually and still procreate, meaning they can go to a woman or they could
But
be a
that's not
parent
what he
just in general.
That's
You guys
exactly what I
understand
said.
that.
So
I never
okay,
suggested that two
hold-
men on their
two
own
things-
could have children. I said
Yeah.
that the act of having homosexual relations doesn't prevent someone from also having sex with a woman and procreating. So
Yes.
you can advance society and have kids while also having some fun on the side with your homies. There's no
Is it
harm
fun?
done by doing that
Is it
whatsoever.
fun?
Crazy.
Is it fun? You had some fun and now it's fun, huh?
You know what I found is that the people who are most opposed to homosexuality are almost
Hey,
always
tell me
closeted
about them
themselves.
balls, bro.
He said with the homies. This is
He's
crazy.
gonna have some fun. Tell me about them balls.
Jed the Fed.
If somebody's
but
into
he's
you
You
not-
guys
Jed the
are
Fed.
outing yourselves.
But he's
So-
not wrong though, right? Two things can be true at the same time. You can still be gay and you're capable of procreating. It's not false to say that, right?
Jed the
So
Fed.
It's correct.
No, they
I
call it
agree with
bisexual. They don't call that gay.
Wait, when are you gonna start beating
No.
yourself with sticks since
Hold-
you're like clearly
hold-
not gay?
Hold on,
Bobs of doom.
isn't bisexuality like the attraction level, right? I could still have isn't it
What
no?
Leviticus 20:13
Two
says
sexes.
is that if
Bi.
a man has sex with another man,
Two
it doesn't say that if a man
Bisexual.
only ever has sex with another man, they must be put to death.
Like both sexes.
Plus, if our goal is to advance society and get more people, what sense does it make to start killing people? That's completely pointless. If we
So
want
in your
more humans,
rationale-
we shouldn't be slitting people's throats and stoning them because they have gay sex.
So in your rationale, everybody should become gay
No,
to slow the population down.
I never said that.
That's wild.
Spin, you're like completely straw manning him on that one because it's not what he's saying at all. He's just saying basically to say there's nothing really wrong if you're gay. If your goal is for purely procreation, why one man, one woman concept? If that's your end goal is to procreate, he's saying you could still be a homo, right, with your homie, and still procreate with a woman,
still get ass,
and yeah,
still eat ass.
Yeah,
and
it's
still
unlikely.
balls.
It's unlikely
Homo
that
with
would be
a
the case. Because
I mean,
again,
What difference does it make how likely it is?
Want to have
well,
families.
because you made the claim that we have too many people when we're actually below replacement level.
I
I
actually
didn't
have a
say we had
good.
so
too
what
many
we
people. I
promote
said
is
we've got 8
important.
billion.
It's like
We've got
Clayton
plenty
earlier.
of people.
Say again?
I didn't say we have too many. I said we've
Yeah,
got
we have
plenty
too
of
many
people.
Yeah, you said we have too many people, or we have plenty of people, which we don't. We're below replacement level. So
We've
what
got
we
8 billion people on the planet, my dude. We've got
What do you-
We're
plenty
under
what do you
of
2 billion
humans
for
to go around.
99% of human existence. Come
Say
on.
again?
I do have a question.
So
for
we
you,
were
though, Jay.
under 2 billion people
it's
on this
not to be
planet for
hyperbolic or
99%
It has
of
nothing
human
to do with
existence.
replacement
I hear what you're
level.
saying.
Replacement level can be at 2 people or 2 million or 2 billion. Replacement level is the amount of kids that you have. Do you replace both parents? And we're below that. So
That's not
and
true.
it doesn't take long for that to catch up to you.
It's not true.
So what we
the world
The
population
are
replacement level
is
thing only
increasing.
applies economically in our current pyramid scheme of a social system.
Fine. I'm just saying the claim that he made that we have tons of people isn't true. And what we promote is important. It's unlikely that men are going to be out banging their friends and then just make time to go home and make a baby.
That's not unlikely. I know
Yeah.
people that do that.
On a level going, we can't even keep it going as it is.
I
So
mean,
imagine-
I will say,
What
here's
use
what
does
I'll
it do
say.
to kill the gay people?
There's
No
It's not
one
like
said
gay
that.
is
Where
a
are Christians killing gay people? Point
You
me to
imagine
one
your
area,
lady
one
looking
place
down on
today
your
in
team.
society
And
where
she's
Christians
like,
are killing gay
"What's
people.
this?"
Go.
Hold on,
No.
Andrew. Because the reason why we're here at this stopping point right now is because Clay and Spin both. Jed asked them, "Would you stone them to death? Are you agreeable to the Bible saying to stone them if they are gay?" Right? And
Yes.
they both have said, "Fuck yes, I would." Right? So that's why Jed is combating that, because he's saying like you're willing to do harm just because somebody is gay. And then in that same breath, they're saying, well, it's because of procreation why you shouldn't be gay. Okay, but then killing them negates the whole concept, because inevitably you can still factually be gay and still procreate with a woman at the same time. There's nothing that's going to change that, right? So by stoning a gay man, or at least a man participating in gay acts, you're actually messing, like you're negating that ability to procreate, if that is in fact your end goal of not
to be
being
fair,
gay.
Sarah, I never ever agreed that I would do that.
And
That's
I said if you
He
did it in
refused
front of
to
children,
answer the question
I
over
said
and
it
over.
if you did it in. Hold on.
He
Goddamn.
refused to answer the
I said
question, and he
you
added a
went 2
useless
hours,
caveat
let
about
me
children
go
watching
on.
for
And
because he
I
refuses
said
to
if
answer
you
the
did,
question.
I
honestly.
said if you did it in front of the fucking children. That's what the fuck I said.
Why can't
You
you
found the
actually answer
caveat
the
that
question I
gave you
asked?
permission.
That's the
Hold on.
position of the
Hold
church.
on.
You think the church's position?
Now
Hold
do
on,
you
hold on, hold
agree?
on, hold on, hold on. But Clay, then you're changing the question that was
I am.
asked. That's not
Yes.
what he asked you.
Yes.
So,
Because he
Clay,
did not accept
hold
my
on.
first answer.
No, stop. He asked you a question. You changed the answer and around to the whatever. You can't do that and then expect
I'll
them
answer
to
that.
not hold your words to you later if
Okay.
that's how you answer the question.
Well,
So-
but he didn't do that.
Wild.
He didn't do that.
What?
I answered a different
I
question.
am right
yes.
now. I just did right now, like 2
No, he
minutes
needs a lot of
ago.
help. He needs a lot of
ju-
help. I get it.
Clay, now you're interrupting me. I just did that 2 minutes ago, making the I was showing the line of logic why we're here for Andrew, because that's what he was questioning. Why are we at this point? I was explaining because you and Spin both admitted you would X, Y, and Z, and then here's the point, and here's the point, and here's the point. And now here's why you don't answer questions in a different way from the way that they were asked. Right? You changed the question in your answer. This is why you don't do that, because then when we get through the entire line of logic and the questions, now we're all going based off of what the fuck you just said. And now you're like, well, that's not what I said. Okay,
It's
well,
not.
that's what you fucking said, though.
It's not what I said.
But he asked you the question,
fucking
okay?
God.
Jesus, man.
Then
Jesus.
next
It's not
time,
what I said.
Clay,
And
then
it's
next
those-
time, answer the fucking question the way it was asked.
I did. He
No,
didn't
you
accept it. Yes, I
You
did.
changed
He didn't
because-
accept it. I changed
Clay,
the
Clay,
Okay.
listen to me.
Then
listen
don't
to me.
accept my fucking answer. Yet
Listen
again.
to me. Listen
You are still
to
not
me.
accepting my answer.
You're not listening.
And you're not accepting my answer.
You're adding caveats that aren't there, Clay.
I answered the
Cortisol.
question plainly first. And then I added the caveats because he wouldn't
Bro,
accept
you
the fucking
didn't.
question.
You didn't know. This is like
I did.
elementary.
I
This is
absolutely
bad.
did. I said I'm not
Bro,
fucking
those
Jewish.
spur
And he
games.
tried to go to this other bullshit of
Well, why wouldn't you just say no?
continuing, and I said, well, fine, just don't do it in front of the children. or
Here's
else
what you
I'll
do.
beat the
Here's
fuck
what you
out of
do.
myself.
Here's what you
I
do,
said I'm
Clay.
not Jewish. I'm
God
Christian.
damn it, Clay,
I'm
shut the fuck up for a
Christian,
minute.
not
Shut up.
Jewish.
Shut up. Here's what you do if you want to add a caveat. I would, Jed, could you ask me the question, please? Oh, you muted or something.
Do you agree with God in Leviticus 20:13 when he commands people to kill homosexuals for the act of having homosexual sex?
No, but can I add a clarifying caveat to the end of that?
Sure.
Okay, I would though if I saw them doing X, Y, and Z in public in front of children, then I would be okay with that. Does that make sense, Clay? Do you
That's
see
fine,
how I
but that's not
fucking
the
did
first
that?
answer I gave him.
No.
That's not the first answer I gave him. The first answer I
it's
gave
not.
him was I'm not Jewish.
Like a fifth grader. This is crazy. This is
The
wild.
first answer that I gave him is I don't follow the Levitical law like that.
Then you would say no.
No, you would just say no.
I'm not Jewish.
Then you would say no.
He still can't do it. He still can't.
Do you understand
He
the
so
difference between a
desperately
Christian and
wants
a
to
Jew?
be gay people. He
Clay,
really wants
when
to.
Just
when
say
do you
no.
at
Why
some
search for the
point,
caveat?
when at what point do you just say like, okay, I misinterpreted or I spoke incorrectly, like that
Yeah.
was my bad.
When he's
Well, if
I-
this guy was never considering me to be Jewish, then I'd have never even fucking had to say I'm not Jewish.
Well,
I'm not a fucking Jew. God
You know,
damn.
it doesn't make you less manly to say
The
you wouldn't
Levitical
hurt gay
law is
people.
something that the Jews were given, not Christians. Duh.
This
but
man
it's
has
in the
tripled
Bible,
down.
right?
It's
And
in the
also,
Bible, but
Jesus
it's not
tells
a
you to follow
fucking Christian
all his
doctrine.
laws.
Oh my
He's right. It's not a
God.
Christian position to stone gay people. That's what I was trying to get at. Like, no, that's not like you can't attribute that to Christians. Christians
He
don't
was
do that
hear
anyway.
but the
Christians say
reason,
it all
hold
the
on, hold on,
time.
hold on. But
Right.
Jed, I think you were asking that question because Clay was making the claim that if it's in the Bible, it happened.
Well, I was making the claim
Okay.
because the Bible, if a Christian believes that, it's a direct example of the Bible causing harm because it's encouraging people to kill others. Now, I would be curious to know from Andrew and Clay, do you believe that once upon a time, the God that you worship, Yahweh, commanded people to stone homosexuals?
Yes.
Okay, and you think he was morally righteous in doing so?
Morally is a human concept, my friend. So stop with the bullshit. God
Okay,
damn.
what difference does
This
that
guy
make?
is a bullshit factory. So no, the answer is no. God is not a moral creature.
Can you point to anywhere where Christians are
Finally,
harming
a
gay
Christian who
people?
admit that God is amoral.
Jesus fucking
I can think
Christ.
of
This dude is
two right
not
off the
on
top of my head.
Christianity. He's
No,
on
I'm
some
asking
other
Jed if you
bullshit.
can point to any place in the world where Christians are currently stoning gay people to death. If that
Well,
exists.
Clay and Spin both said they would, given the opportunity.
I
Yes,
never
I know, but
said.
they're
Oh, yeah.
trolling,
You know what? No,
and
I
they're-
did.
they don't-
I
they
added
don't
the caveat,
represent
just
the
like
church.
Sarah already
Church's
went through this
position is
bullshit
not
with you.
to stone
Hold
gay
on, Clay.
people.
Let
That
is
Andrew
not
go.
Stop
church's
lying,
position.
Ant.
So at least
To
the
answer-
Catholic Church, it's not their position. So I'm asking again, like you make this claim and you attribute it to Christians when Christians don't, and you call them like the worst group. Like we have
never
to
said
stop
that.
this. You
I
said we
said
have
it's
to
the
stop
worst
this hateful
religion. I said it's
ideology.
the toxic and it's the most
Yeah.
toxic plague on humanity. I never said that the
So
people
where
are
are
the
we
worst
doing
group.
that
I have a
thing?
direct answer to Andrew's question about where they kill gay people.
Well, just because-
God-
What about now?
Yeah.
Just
they
because
tell Gaysville.
Andrew asked me the question, I want to respond really quick. I can't point to an example of current Christians stoning homosexuals, but I can point to current Christians who believe killing homosexuals was or is a righteous thing to do because their religion promotes bigotry.
Do you know that
That's the harm.
57% of self-reported liberals think political violence against the right is okay?
Oh, shut the fuck
I
up,
do have
Andrew.
an answer
Oh,
to Andrew's
what do you mean?
question.
I just
What
gave you a
aboutism?
stat. I
I
can
do
pull
have
it
an
up
answer
if you
for
want.
you. You got
This is
Just out of nowhere, out of
self-recorded.
left field.
Chad, do you
Shut
believe
the
there's
fuck up.
any
That's your
time
answer?
that
Hold on,
He
hold
made
on,
a
hold on,
claim.
hold
I'm giving
on.
all the-
God damn it. Shut the fuck up, all of you. Jed, you're doing great. You're the only person that hasn't pissed me off tonight. And Balderson too, like just chilling over there. And Spin, I'll give it to you because you just kept your mute button on because he knows better. Okay, the political stance, Andrew, does that come from some type of, because religion is
stat.
but what I'm saying, I'm not worried about the stat, but religion is like there's like a dogma. There's something like there's a thing that
Leftism
says
is
we
exactly the same thing.
should. What is that?
I would make the claim that leftism is exactly the same thing. It's a dogma with rituals and martyrs and things that you can't say. It is exactly the same thing.
Is
and
it a religion,
both groups
though?
prove it just as much as a religion.
But can
Well,
both groups be bad?
Yes.
So Andrew,
So,
you agree that
You're not
rituals
disproving
and
anything.
religions are bad inherently?
No.
That's what you're
I'm saying that you also believe in one. You just aren't even aware of it.
I wouldn't classify that as a religion.
Well, I'm saying it has all the characteristics. It has,
I would like to
Does it
know
have a
what you
belief
would
in the afterlife
classify
or
it
in
as,
gods?
Jed.
you don't.
Can I ask a question, Sarah, please?
Yeah, go ahead.
What
And then Bones.
what classification would you consider your non-religious or religious belief?
Atheist.
But in a previous conversation, and I'm going to point this out, you damn near admitted to Clay that you believed in God in some sort of fashion.
No, I don't think I did that.
Yes, you did.
I didn't hear it.
I never claimed I
Clay?
believed in God.
Can you please repeat the statement that he made?
He said he was agnostic there for a minute too.
Well, I'm an agnostic atheist. Sure. So that means I'm not convinced that a God exists, but I don't make the positive claim to know for sure that no gods exist.
Does that falls in line with a Buddhist atheist, right?
No position.
Well,
I have no
Buddhism
position,
is,
but I want to argue with people about their
a bit
position.
different,
That's
so.
crazy to me
He plainly stated his position. How can you say he has no position? That's fucking
because he
asinine.
doesn't know. He doesn't know anything.
No one knows. Most theists are agnostic as well.
Well,
They
no,
don't
he
claim
claimed
to
to be
knowledge. They have
certain about
faith.
something while being uncertain. Right? That's fallacious.
He never
He's
claimed
certain
certain.
that you're
He never
wrong
made the
about.
positive claim.
He's certain that you're wrong for making a positive claim, but he doesn't know.
I still have this.
Just because he's
question
in
for Jed,
opposition
too.
to
What
you
you're
means
doing
he's
is called
completely
the
certain.
argument from
Sarah,
ignorance.
get rid of
fallacy.
effigy, please.
Just because I don't have an explanation for X doesn't mean yours wins by default, and it doesn't mean I'm not allowed to talk about your claim. If you
Okay,
claim
answer
to
this
know how
question.
the
Can a
universe
God,
started,
is it possible that in the future a God could exist? Through
Effigy,
some sort of knowledge.
Effigy, I
po-
started a timer for you. Spin used a credit that he has. Go ahead.
is it possible for a God to exist in the future? I have no idea if that's possible.
So why are you denying God right now? Do y'all really not see this?
I never
Because-
denied
How is
that.
it?
All I said was I'm not convinced that a God exists.
But you're an atheist. That means
That-
no God.
Do
Then
you
just
know
say
what
I'm an
atheist
agnostic.
means?
Well,
Do you know
no,
what the
just
word
say I'm an
atheist means?
agnostic. You're not an
Because
atheist.
what you are describing, Jed,
Hostile. I want you to define
is
the word
agnostic.
atheist. What do you think that means?
No divinity.
No
Without
divinity.
divinity.
It means I'm not convinced that any gods exist.
No,
the
that's
definition of atheist.
agnostic. That means you don't know. You're not certain.
An atheist is atheism and theism refer to belief. An atheist is someone who does not believe in a god. That includes people who are convinced no gods exist,
No,
and
that's
it
not
includes
true.
people who simply lack belief.
Theism doesn't have to do with it's not exclusive to believing. Belief
That's
is not
exactly what
exclusive to
theism
theism. It's not though. It's
Mhm.
not. So polytheists believed in the gods, or did they know that the gods exist?
Well, that's a separate question. They could
Well,
be
no, it's
both,
not. It's
because
about theism. It
polytheism
means
is people
divinity.
who-
It's a simple word. It means divinity.
A polytheist is someone who believes that multiple gods exist. They
Yes.
might claim to know that for sure, or they might not. Because agnosticism and Gnosticism are adjectives that we add on to theism and atheism.
You're
I'm
saying
an
it has to
agnostic
deal solely with
atheist.
belief, Jed. And I'm saying that's
Here, let me
wrong.
help you out. The definition of atheist is someone who is not convinced that a God exists. Full stop.
Yeah, I'm saying that's not right, right? The word, there's a
We'll leave it to
prefix
the
a.
Christian to tell an atheist what atheism is.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's multiple dictionaries. I can find a definition for you that would say believes in knows that God doesn't exist.
Anyone could write any definition. If you poll 1,000 atheists, I guarantee that 99+% of them are going to agree with my definition.
Then why is agnostic and atheist two different words? Why do they just scratch agnosticism?
Agnosticism refers to knowledge. So if I say I'm a Gnostic atheist, that means I claim to know that no gods exist. But an agnostic atheist is someone who doesn't believe in a god, but doesn't claim to know that there is no god. So you could be a Gnostic atheist or an agnostic atheist. But agnosticism is not some middle ground between atheism and theism. And atheism includes people who assert that no gods exist, but it also includes people who lack belief in a god. Because that's all the minimum requirement is to be an atheist, is someone who lacks belief in any god.
At this point, it's literally just semantics, because still you're proving my point that you aren't certain that it doesn't exist. So why are you trying to deny other people's knowledge of it existing? Right?
If I could point out, like, hostile, you don't believe that Jed is an atheist agnostic. However, you are still inquiring whether he is an atheist agnostic. I think that analogy kind of says itself, but a quick Google search, AI overview on it. Yes, you can be both agnostic and an atheist, and then it gives the elaborate detail of why. But
yeah, I'm not saying you can't be that. I'm saying agnosticism and atheism are two different words. And atheism means no God. Literally, that's what the word means. No God, right? It means without or no God.
Right.
Do you agree with that, Jed?
Belief in God. Theism
no,
means
not belief.
In God.
There's no word belief in it, right? There's
You're
a
struggling
prefix.
in this idea of asserting a positive belief because you're trying to give me a burden of proof because you can't prove your own claims.
Just break down the word etymologically,
Sure.
man. Quit trying to
Theism
play semantics with me. You know what it
belief in
means.
God. And atheism means lack of belief in God, because a theist is someone who believes a God exists. An atheist
we'll
is someone
agree
who
to
lacks
disagree,
belief
right?
in a God.
We'll agree to disagree on
No,
the
you're just
semantics
wrong.
of the words.
You are wrong about the definition of atheist. Because you
cool.
desperately want to give me a burden of proof, and I'm not going to take
Well,
it.
no, that's not the
because
point.
I'm not making a positive claim.
That's not the point. My point is that you're not making a positive claim, right? You're on the fence type of guy. You don't know anything, but now you're trying to tell other people that they don't know anything. So how are you certain about something that you're not certain about? It's a fallacy.
Here's the confusion. Just because I'm not asserting that no gods exist doesn't mean we can't talk about your reasons for belief in a God. Because if you're making the positive claim that you believe in a God, you know a God exists, we can talk about what evidence you have for that God, and I can point out that your arguments or evidence are fallacious or flawed. There's nothing wrong or in my position that inhibits me from talking about your evidence.
No, you're right. It doesn't, but it's the position is fallacious because you're not certain. You could literally be doing this for no reason because you could be wrong in the future. You're saying in the future there might be some situation where the knowledge presents itself to us that God does exist, and then you would have to rebuttal all the stupid shit that you said years prior.
Exactly.
Right? Because
and that's
you were
called being open-minded. I'm open to the idea that I could be wrong.
Well,
if
no, you
someone
just don't
presents
talk.
compelling evidence.
Silence is golden from that position. Instead of being logically fallacious and going against yourself, right?
I'm not going against myself. I'm being open and honest. I used to believe in God, and then I realized my reasons were bad, and so I stopped. I realized I had no good reason to believe in God, and I stopped calling myself a Christian and accepted the atheist label. But if someone comes across with evidence or arguments I've never heard, and it's a compelling reason to believe in God, if I'm honest, I would be forced to start believing in God.
It's less fallacious for you to just explain why you think God is bad or immoral or wrong, or why the problem of evil is a problem for the existence of God, whether or the moral position of God, rather than the existence of God. Because if you are not certain, that's not the position you should hold. So that's all I'm saying. I just think it's kind of silly to be arguing about the existence of God when you don't know. You claim you don't know. So, yeah. If people can't see that, we can move on. I'm not going to just spin the wheels and
Well, I think
waste
it's
all
kind
night.
of silly to claim that someone who doesn't know there's a God has no right to talk about the existence.
I'm not saying you don't have a right. I'm saying it's fallacious. You can say whatever you want,
fallacy
dude.
is
You
it?
could say flying
Which
spaghetti
fallacy is it?
monsters exist and unicorns exist.
If you're going
It
to
doesn't
claim it's
matter what you
fallacious,
say.
point out what fallacy I'm committing.
All right.
Can't do it.
Yeah. I mean, it's like I know you're stupid, but I'm not 100% sure you're stupid. Like maybe you could be trolling, but as far as I'm concerned, I think you're stupid. But I'll leave room for error. Fourth Wiseman says with the Big Ten, just show me the gay women and I'll fix them. See what happens on the merry-go-round. This is one of the reasons for my exit earlier, along with other things to get done whilst the sun is shining. Yes, I don't blame you, Fourth Wiseman. I don't blame you. Toasty Man with the Big Ten says, for any headache caused on my part, Sarah, get yourself a tasty headache relieving drink. No headache from you, Toasty. Just crazy panels that can't shut up when I ask them to. Fourth Wiseman says again, he says, I'm back to show you how to get off the merry-go-round. I am God and I am an atheist because being God, I know nothing of anything else when I'm gone. Yep. 100% atheist. Any thoughts to that piece?
Base.
Fair
no
enough.
problem with it.
And
atheism
and-
is.
well, hold
sorry.
on. Hold on a second. Jed, it looks like you're ready to make your exit for the evening. You have been here for over 5 hours, and I'm okay with you
I
getting out.
wanted one question, one last
Jed,
question.
I have evidence
I will
for you.
accept-
I have evidence for you. I
Wait,
didn't
let's go
get
for one question.
Okay. The question is, do you believe that there is a time when certain people need to be unalived?
Oh God.
I would say there probably are people who deserve to be unalived. However, I'm against capital punishment because I don't believe our level of confidence that we convict the right person can ever be high enough. And that's evidenced through the fact that
That's fair.
tons of innocent people have been put to death and later have been exonerated by DNA evidence.
Yeah, I have a real problem with capital punishment myself, so I feel
Same.
what you're saying there. So, but no, I appreciate the answer, man. Thank you.
I have one very simple question if you have time.
Okay, lay it on me.
Okay, so if one were to believe in what you claim you believe in, and one would procreate, would you agree that it would be okay to pass your beliefs on to yours or their children?
Yeah, that's a great question.
And there's one caveat to it. What if one's children found what they would consider God? Would you go against that?
Yeah, I don't have any kids right now, but I think if I ever do, my tactic is going to be, rather than trying to indoctrinate them or teach them what to think, I'm going to teach them how to think. I'm going to teach them to be skeptics and to think critically. I'm going to teach them to not accept claims blindly without evidence, but instead, if someone tells them this is the case, this is true, to ask questions and go investigate and withhold belief in claims until they find sufficient evidence. And if I can teach them how to be a skeptic, then whether there's a God or not, hopefully they come to the right conclusion on their own. Because I can't control what my kids believe, and no one else can either.
But actually, I'm not going to straw man it or strong man it. However, a child would need your support or one's support to find out what they do believe. So in your belief, what I'm taking from this is you would not take them to a church of their choosing or a church period.
I don't know. Yeah, if I had a kid and they're like, oh, I really, really want to go to church. I like this church so much. I just need a ride. I mean, I went to church for decades. So, I mean, there's, sure, I'll give them a ride if that's where they want to go. And then,
but would you be in the church to support them in their own belief or what they are, or their search of their belief?
I would certainly try to ask them compelling questions. I would, if they are on a journey to figure out if there is a God or not, well, what evidence do we have to suggest there is a God? I would have the conversation with them. And if they can,
which in turn, it's instilling instilling doubt in their mind. And
Yeah,
knowing
absolutely.
children, as I would know, they would go on, or they would believe what said parent would do, or what the said parent would believe.
Yeah, children often accept the beliefs of their parents, and the best thing I can give my child is doubt. I want them to doubt every claim that they're told until they come to a conclusion on their own.
So you are advocating of the conspiracy theory.
Not necessarily conspiracy theory, but I want my kids or anyone's kids to question what they're told and find good evidence for their beliefs.
So I'm a parent, right? And I'm just alluding to your logic for a second. So if I'm the parent, you're the child, and I say, don't put your finger in that light socket, I should be okay for that child to go put his finger in that light socket and figure out that it hurts.
No, I wouldn't say so. I think as a parent, you have an obligation to try to protect your kids from harm. And potentially,
what you're alluding to, but what you just admitted what I was trying to get you to admit.
I think there's a way to demonstrate to your
You are
kids.
trying to say that because of your possible belief, which you have not proven to me that you are an atheist at all, agnostic, maybe.
Well, it sounds like you don't know what an atheist is in that case.
Oh, you described it perfectly.
Okay.
My point in saying is, you would not confirm or concrete a child's different opinion. You would rather them listen to, well, maybe that isn't real.
Yeah, I want them to ask questions. I want to make them think about what they believe and be skeptics rather than just telling them what to believe. In the case with the light switch or the light socket and sticking their finger inside, perhaps there's a great way I can demonstrate to my kids that doing that is harmful without them experiencing the harm. Maybe we can do some kind of home experiment about electricity, or show them some educational video about how electricity works. Maybe that's something they become interested in.
Okay, so you would disagree. So you would disagree that it wouldn't do any harm for a child to question their own morality at whatever age.
No, I think that everyone should
Well,
be
that's, sir, you're retarded.
I will carry on that conversation, Jed. Don't feel any need to respond to that, because I can explain critical thinking and why it's very important to teach our children that. But I will let you make your exit for the evening. This has been an absolute pleasure, and I'll let you carry on with your thoughts.
Perfect. Thank you so much for hosting, Sarah, and thanks everyone for the interesting and insightful conversations. And I look forward to the next one.
Thank you, Jed. Well, yeah, I'll reach out
you'll
for
come
you.
back, Jed.
I'll reach out to you for the 2v2 with the shaman on the God's existence one.
Sure,
I know that'd be
sounds
good.
good to me.
I'd actually like to talk to you sometime about the harm of Christianity, because I kind of disagree with you, but that's a whole conversation for a whole other night.
So if any of you guys want to continue the conversation, find me on Instagram, send me a DM, and let me know that, I was in the
Are you on
chat
X at all?
on the
I don't
live
use
stream.
Instagram.
Just because I get so many messages, but let me know who you are and where you're from, and then I'm more likely to respond. But thanks again, friends.
Are you anywhere else than Instagram?
Thank you for slow rolling the newbie.
Sure. And you can, if you want, you can send me an email to flyingspaghettiauditor@gmail.com.
Perfect.
Cool. Thanks again, friends.
Thank you, Jed. It's been swell.
I like him.
Spin. Why do you think it's not important to teach your kids critical thinking?
I was not trying to allude to critical thinking. What I was trying to do is show him his own bullshit.
No,
You failed.
the answer he gave was literally, I want to teach my kids critical thinking. This is vital, right? Like, he's saying, I'm not just going to give them the answers. I'm going to teach them how to find their answers.
Yeah, that's what I took from it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, put in that in that text. Yes.
It's
I
literally
would
what
agree.
he said. It's literally what he said.
I think you're the only one not tracking this.
Also,
Shut up, Bone. You know what, Sarah? Get rid of the fucking idiot down there. Get rid of him.
Bob's him
All
down.
right, Bones, you shouldn't have said anything. I was handling it.
Look, I'm more than happy to waste his
Sarah, shut him up.
Look.
Bye-bye, Bones.
Let's be complete douchebag. This is fine. Look, you like stoning gay people, that's all you. But
Plum Bob of Doom.
The Second Amendment exists. So if you tried to do that, maybe some gay people are strapped.
Bye, Bones. Bye, Bones.
Fair enough, Bones. All right, I'll set the timer, Bones. Thank you for the $10, Spin.
Anybody else to care to make fun of me tonight? I got plenty of credit left.
I will.
Yeah, but I'll take it from you.
Yeah,
But
everybody
I'll
else.
take it
I have to say about Spin wanting to stone gay people, at least they can outrun him.
Bye, Effigy.
So I have.
See you later, buddy.
I got a timer for Effigy too.
Next.
Spin Deagle Bucks.
Should we just boot everyone so I can sit here and just fucking yell at you, Spin? How many credits do you have left?
4.
Anyone else want to use up his credits now?
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Camera.
I don't care if he boots me. I mean, if he wants to sit up here and have like an echo chamber conversation between hostile Andrew, Clay, and himself, it's his money. He's just voting all the
there's a
people that
difference.
actually push
Wait a
back
minute.
and
Let me
create a
let me
debate.
explain the difference
Am
here.
I hostile?
I
Well,
like
you're fine, Andrew. I'm
I
sorry.
like Ant. I like Clay. I definitely like Andrew, Sarah, and Balderson. I don't know about hostile yet. I haven't made my decision. So that's why we're up here.
I didn't mean to imply you were hostile, Andrew. I was talking about hostile Iberian above you, not saying you are a hostile person. My apologies for the misunderstanding.
I mean, I will forgive Andrew for living in New York City. I've had to do that. I've had to do that. It's okay. Now, if there was a person by the name of Easy up here, he'd have been gone and I'd have used my fucking credits and he'd been gone the rest of the night.
Speak easy?
No, Easy.
He ain't never coming here, bro.
Yeah, he ain't coming here. I don't
Yeah,
even know
yeah,
Sarah
Not
let his ass up here.
Easy. Andrew, explain who Easy is.
No, he's talking about the co-host on my channel that he always fights.
Oh, okay. All right.
Who's not a
Keep you
conservative.
welcome.
Who's not a conservative. That's
Why would?
that's why he
Oh,
always gets angry.
You have a co-host who's got an opposite view.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's perfect.
That's great.
That's perfect. That's
And
a
I
good.
did, and Andrew and I both destroy his co-host every fucking time. Destroy. I mean, like completely.
That's cool though.
By
no,
what? Paying to put everybody in the
Yes,
back
Sarah,
page?
I am actually capable of destroying a libtard.
I
By
actually
paying
don't
to put
believe
them
that.
backstage?
The fact that you didn't
Andrew?
understand why teaching children critical thinking is like literally vital to survival of the fittest for your kids, and then when they become adults, the fact that you didn't understand that, I don't believe for a second you could destroy a libtard.
Andrew, will you back me up, please?
I had
Andrew, don't lie for him.
He's not.
Look, he's not saying anything.
I don't want to go against Sarah. It's her channel. I don't want to make him feel bad either.
You
So I'm
see
just not
that
going to
right
say
there?
anything.
You see that?
Hey, Andrew.
So
But I got
Bye.
up from bed to do this. Don't make me choose.
Don't worry, Andrew. Wink, wink. I got you.
Get up here, bad Santa. Don't just
Yeah.
talk about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Do
where the
about
fuck
it.
was
Where is
Neil?
Santa already?
Hold on,
Where is
Neil.
Santa?
Where the fuck have you been all night, sir? I literally thought you would have been the first one in line for this conversation. What in the actual fuck? I'm very disappointed.
Yeah, there is another
She
one
actually
tomorrow.
threatened your
hold on.
life if you didn't come up here.
That's
Santa.
right.
Nobody's
right.
tickled. Nobody's tickled Spin's grundle, and he's all pissy about it.
Oh my god. All right. Business down
No,
to business.
Ben.
Yeah. Wait. Hold on.
How much?
Yeah.
How much to get rid of
1,
Ben
2,
for 10 minutes?
3, 4, 10 bones.
Bye, Ben.
Wow. Let me set another timer. Let's see. Hold on, because we gotta get down to business. Okay, we go 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that what that says on the? Okay, your dono goals currently sit at 4 out of 10. All right, but we only have 9 minutes left. Actually, sorry, 8 minutes left to finish that goal. So,
I'm so
Clay.
gonna regret this.
Clay's been coming in strong all night, pissing me off, driving me up a fucking wall. But I do love you, Clay. And I know you have your reasons why you feel so strongly about things, and I love that about you. But tell them what they need to do.
Yeah, flood's real, y'all. Flood Sarah with that money. Some money. Lots and lots of money. $100 at a time, $10 at a time, $100 at a time, $100 at a time, $10, $100 at a time. You know what I'm saying? Flood. The flood is real.
The flood is real. All you need is 6 more donuts, by the way. The goal missed one because I put it up after it already came. Oh, Andrew might have stepped away for a second. We'll give him a second to get back to his seat. Ant, ride your comment to the moon.
All right. Listen, we just need 6 more donuts. That's not a big ask. God may or may not be real, but what is real is the grift, and your contributions to it are much appreciated and welcome, and we love you for it all.
I love that. The God may not be real. I think he's real, but the grift is real. All right, Spin. You've been divvying out your credits all night, so they don't count towards the goal, but we want them to divvy out their credits in the goal right now. What say you?
Well, what says me, I feel kind of bad. So, Ben and I are friends, and, bring him back up. I'll use another credit to bring his ass back up, unless I have a little bit of levity to bring his ass back up. Anyway, folks, we've been down this road so many times, every night.
Every night.
Don't make me more angry.
Yeah, we don't want to see Spin get pissy. He starts setting
you know
people
what?
to the back.
And you know what? The sticky grundle. You know what? Did you bring him back up?
I brought Balderson's on stage. Yes,
One-on-one with him for a second, please.
All right, let's finish the grift, and then I'll hand you the one-on-one. And for the record, you can use the grift to bring back Effigy and Bones of Dune early if you so choose. Andrew, you're not done yet. You're just getting started, I hope.
Well, I was gonna get off, but I will stick around for a little bit longer if we hit this goal and we bring Bones back up. I think that could be fun. I'll definitely stick around for a little bit longer.
Hell yeah, let's do it. You heard the man. And Balderson, where's those kittens at? And by the way, when you were over there sharpening your shears or whatever the fuck you were doing,
that is literally what I was doing.
That's what I figured. When you came up for air, you had the shears in your hand, and I was like, oh, thank God he's got a tool in his hand, because we were all sitting here wondering the same thing, like, what the fuck is Balderson doing? And I would like you to go back. I would like you to go back and review that video. Here, let me say it for the transcript so you can find it later. Clip it and ship it. Okay, go back and find that like 10, 15 minutes ago. You and sharpening those shears was very strange looking for a hot minute. And there's the kittens. What can we do to save these precious kittens?
No!
Send money now before he eats the precious kittens.
I will starve without some donuts, and then I will have to eat these beautiful kittens.
Those are your babies. Do I have to start calling you Saturn?
Oh, and hello, Mrs. Balderson's hands. They are
I'm
quite
a vegetarian
lovely.
for anybody that doesn't know me.
I actually didn't know that.
That's fair.
Yeah.
And Fourth Wiseman says, I hear, I forget, I see, I believe, I do, I understand. Confucius. The latter cuts out the nonsense if done at the get-go. And to add on, I like nuts. I can tell you how to tie a bow knot in a double braided cat's paw to go fishing, but you'll forget. To see, you'll believe. To do, you'll understand. Confucius. Spin, do you understand critical thinking now?
Sure do.
Okay, good. Anyone else have any thoughts to add on to Fourth Wiseman's comment?
Nope.
No.
I'm as confused as Confucius.
Confucius wasn't confused.
It's just critical thinking. That's all.
Also,
that's all he's saying is I can tell you right now how to get into StreamYard and do all these things. But if I tell you, you're going to go home. If you're not in front of your computer, you're going to forget. And then you're like, shit, what did she say? But you're not going to figure it out until you sit down and actually do it yourself and learn how to learn. Experience is key. But I always like to say, like, elementary school is the fundamentals, like the things you memorize, right? And then middle school, you start getting into like learning how to write. And then high school, you start figuring out like, okay, how am I researching? How am I doing this? And then when you get to college, that's when you figure out, all in all, how to how you learn how to learn, right? That's why you end up writing a dissertation, like trying to figure out that here's my thesis. How do I go about figuring out this thesis? It's all critical thinking. And it's the most important thing you can teach your children early on, because if I just tell you the man in the van is a bad man, don't talk to him and don't take candy from him, well, that just says to do something or not do something, right? That's just like elementary school fundamentals, memory. But if I explain to them, here's why, and here I want you to think about what would happen if you did get in that van, and it's that critical thinking. You teach them how to make decisions instead of just making decisions for them.
P1,
does that
P2?
make sense? Huh?
P1, P2.
P1, P2. Yeah. Yep. All right.
Reasoning, logic, all that good stuff.
Things that Clay doesn't know how to do.
Balderson and Balderson's Secret. And hopefully you guys have one more minute left before we go into 15-minute hit it or quit it mode. So it is up to you to decide whether you would like to continue this conversation or not. Otherwise, I'll hand it to the Balderson.
Since we've been friends, you decided that it's okay to pick on me. Well, what I think you failed to remember,
you understand
Baldy. Well, hold on. What you failed to remember that in the gauntlet mode, we can kick your ass out of here. And I came upon this revelation when I said, bye-bye, Ben, and you disappeared. But then I felt bad and, had this pure feeling of vomitus when I said to bring you back up. But much love to you, Ben.
Yeah. It's been a shite conversation. It was making me laugh anyway.
Okay, Sarah, we're done.
That was it?
That was it.
Man, if these were biblical days, I'd stone the both of your asses.
God, that's the best part of the Bible. Like, when they tell you can get stoned, I'm like, well,
I mean,
it's not cookies, but if you told me I could get stoned and there's cookies, you fuckers might have me.
Puff pass.
Choke it out.
Your dono goal has ended. So instead of the 5 donos you would have needed, now you need 10 total, or at least one fucking big one, and you only have 15 minutes to do it in. Figure it out. Hit it or quit it mode.
The funny thing is, nobody knows actually how much credit I have. So tread lightly, Bones. Tread lightly.
All right, perfect. So, anyways, if Spin City were to try while his wheelchair is
Bones,
the shears,
Bones,
I sharpen the shears, buddy.
Hey,
they're ready, Bones.
Didn't you already say you had 4 credits left or whatever? Like you already told me how many.
Obviously, people do not understand that I can also add to those fucking credits too.
True. Ooh, Voltaire.
Please do.
And Salty Santa, what the fuck took you so long? You're coming in on the hit it and quit it mode at 3 a.m. This is like a gamble. We don't know if they're gonna pay or not.
He lives in the woods.
I did tell Santa.
Quit, it's the best time.
Well, I did send a message to Salty Santa and said, and I quote, "You have been requested, or you will die."
Well,
that's terrible. I do not threaten.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about. I'm outside by my fire.
Voltaire, have you been drinking again?
Never.
This would be a fun one.
He's like, I had to have stopped for it to have been an again.
True.
Yeah, listen here.
That's true. Yeah. Sorry, we had homestead work earlier, and then I heard the arguments while I was laying down briefly, and I just couldn't bring myself to sit up.
Fair enough.
Is the moon real yet?
It's Friday.
I
Do I
haven't
get
finished
a
that
pass
research
for
yet.
drinking?
No.
What?
You know, I swear,
Santa
I
either
swear
bring
one
your mic closer or turn your volume up. There's something that needs to happen because you're quiet.
One day, Santa. One day. Okay, just hear me quickly.
I've heard you all
I am
night.
going. Good. Good. I hope you hear me in your fucking dreams. Anyway, I'm going to roll out into my driveway and I'm going to show you the moon is real.
Now, the first time you said roll out to see the moon, I didn't know you were in a wheelchair, so I'm like, what, is he like that girl on the Oompa Loompa thing, or
The blueberry.
yeah.
Yeah. I remember her name.
No, I'm really
Violet.
motherfucking Wonka.
Her name was
That's it, it's
Violet.
straight.
Yep.
Is this better?
You're turning violet.
Is this better?
No, you're still really quiet. Let me check
That's
on my
We
end.
know
And
something's wrong with that.
Do you have the right microphone selected?
yeah,
I have a different computer.
Well, I don't think
you-
you have anything good to say. Maybe that's it.
when you get
That could be
closer, when you get closer, Santa, it gets louder. So, is your mic like? Where is your mic? are you on your phone?
I'm on a Mac Mini now.
Phone shouldn't matter.
Well, that's your first mistake.
Yeah, because the mic is on the mini, right? Yeah.
Usually.
Amazon
It's
can fix that for
okay.
$10.
What were you on before, Santa?
Mac Pro.
But did it have a mic? Like that
Yeah,
wasn't.
This one's just not as good, and I can see that the input level's lower. I'm working on jacking it right now.
Huh. Okay.
Bro's done a Mac Pro before, and it's still not good. Fucking Apple.
It was Mac Pro, and it was good.
I have
I
a
even tried the
response to that.
Shure. Hey, you guys want to talk microphones? We can talk microphones here. Let's see.
Bro,
this
I'm on
bad
a
boy up
DeWalt
here.
headset, and I rock the DeWalt headset, and it seems fine to me.
I want to read it. Can I read it?
Usually women take the condoms off of things like that, Santa. I'm sorry.
That's
So
because
fourth
you're
wise
not a
man.
gentleman.
Fourth wise man says, your timer sucks. I had to keep editing because the fun police at Super Chat censor forced the dono goal to time out. Oh well, now a tenner. What's funny about that? I have a friend with a lot of subscribers, like hundreds of thousands, and he
What is that?
posted
What is
a
it?
post
That doesn't have to do
earlier
with anything.
today, and he has 193 comments on the post, except for
Great.
that if you go to top, none of them are showing. You have to go to newest to see them because of the content itself. Because yes, censorship is heavy right now.
Would that be a friend, a friend in common,
Yes.
Clay? Yes, I saw that. I'm like,
saw
what the? Yes, I saw it too. What the fuck?
193 I just looked at it. 193 comments. All of
Look
them.
at the next two. It's the same way.
Really? Yeah. not
Yes, sir.
surprised. Everything.
I appropriated a message to that as well.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, it's wild. But yep.
That's a
So
weird way of saying things.
understand that you do have to say things a certain way, and even still, some of it gets fully blocked, and it's so
Well,
wild.
and then not only that, but if it censors it, like it doesn't just give you the ability, it doesn't tell you what words being censored. It doesn't just like go back to the super chat. You have to start all over again
Yeah,
to
that's the real
fucking do
part.
it. Yeah, it's like, could you just at least tell me which word I'm saying wrong so that I can not say that word or fix it?
How
or
many
something?
times do I have to fucking retry?
Yeah, it's like Kafka, though. They want you to not know so that you have even greater concern or fear.
I think Santa just got lower.
Yeah. Let me
Is
try
it
on my end.
possible?
Let me try on my end, Santa.
Sure.
I'll just take off the automatic and can you
I was
talk
just gonna
for
I
me?
was just gonna
Hold on,
ask
hold
you,
on,
Sarah.
hold on. Can you talk for me, Santa?
Sure. Hello.
Oh
That's
yeah,
better.
we're getting better.
Way better.
Sometimes
Oh,
I've
just like
noticed
the
in
King James
StreamYard,
up.
if you put the automatic on, it'll take them down to like 20 or 30%, and you definitely can't hear them. So I always take the automatic off.
It depends
It's a
on
good
their
idea.
it depends on their mic setup and what they have going on.
True.
Yeah, I think the automatic is set up for like people who have actually good mics, and not people who have their own shitty mics like me. I need to set my own, otherwise I'm just like, it's going right down.
Okay, how about this?
That's good.
Can you turn him up at all anymore, Sarah,
I
at all?
turned them all the way up.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck?
You turned it all the
Oh
way
wait,
up.
no, it went back to
What?
automatic again. Why did it do that?
I've never seen it go back to automatic, so I couldn't
Yeah,
tell.
it did. It went back to automatic.
Well, I guess when you're in hit it
Well,
or
now
quit
you're
it
good.
mode, there are only two choices.
Speaking of hit it or quit it.
Yeah,
we
you guys
got
have 7 minutes for hit it or quit it. Better figure it out. And
How is the Moon Squad tonight, Santa?
Bright and full.
Fuck me.
Hi, Moon
I
Squad.
came in here. I'm having like I want to fight a bit. So like you got a prompt.
Yeah. So
The Earth is flat.
Oh God.
That can't possibly be the fucking prompt.
Is the Bible, are the scriptures inspired of God?
Oh, you guys want to ask me that one? Yeah.
By God.
I'll give you a qualified yes, and I don't want Clay or Spin to try to mutate what the word qualified means.
God.
Qualified means that there are modifications to it that I would like to make that you guys just went circular argument on all night. So, do I believe it's inspired? Yes. Do I believe it's literal? Not a chance. And so, does that put me in the typical
I
or
tend to
modern
agree with you.
evangelical? Because literal translation of the Bible or literal interpretation
Well, it's supposed to be
of the Bible is new.
allegories, right? It's supposed to be allegories.
I think a little
Correct.
stronger than Aesop's fables.
It's still the same category. It's just different quality of allegory.
Depends
right?
which book you're talking about. 66 different books from 40 different authors over hundreds of years.
Well,
Some of them
yeah,
are
I used to
poetry,
be-
some of them are history, some of them are.
Sure.
So it depends. Some of them are letters.
Well, I used to be a huge Pauline fan, and then, I was just, this doesn't reconcile. It just doesn't reconcile. Now, people typically who are believers, throw themselves on the ground like demons are leaving their body. And I'm like, no, I was a hero of Paul, and his own letters, or at least those attributed to him, don't reconcile.
Isn't
No,
it
I
funny
didn't
that
prepare a thesis yet, Clay. I'm telling you a learned experience.
I wanna just say that isn't it funny that the old Christians that used to throw themselves over top of each other are now like the LGBTQ ones who are just like, this is now a religion and you can't say shit, even though
I've referred to the crazy left as the lords of the new church.
I
it's
say
an
they're
ideology. I don't know if you call it a religion.
I called them demonic demons. Like
Well,
that's just
and some people could say that the same. I'm from Appalachia, and people used to try to get snakes to bite them to show, Paul.
yeah,
said,
but back then
eaten by
snake bites even by small amounts actually gives you some sort of immunity.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but see, that's the cool part about science.
Or you're just
Yeah,
fucking
that's a
crazy doing
exactly.
stupid
So
shit.
observation.
yeah, I know, but I'm just disproving your snake.
No, you're
bite
not.
shit.
You're saying that in a
I
statistical
thought the
basis,
snake
that's
didn't
true.
bite you if you believed in God. The snake would let you fuck with it and not
Nobody
bite
fucking
you.
said that.
completely change the topic for like 2 seconds here. So if Spin City were to stone a gay person with
Hi, Bones.
I know nobody said that. That's why I was terrified.
Hi, Bones.
That gets Bones excited.
I know. His estrogen levels. Listen.
And how many credits do you have left? Because you used two on Balderson.
Oh, that's right. So I would have one left.
Okay.
You know what? You know what? If he comes back up, he says another word, you have my permission to get rid of him the fuck again.
What the fuck? So I guess that's what a credit's worth. Like, how do you get so many credits?
10 minutes.
It's called money. Okay.
No, it's called favors.
Speaking of money, we got 3 minutes left.
Although if Spin were smart, he would
3 minutes.
He wouldn't stockpile these things.
What does that even
feed them
mean?
as he goes. So that
3
it counts
minutes.
towards the
3
goal.
minutes till the show shits down.
3 minutes till okay.
Be your hero, baby. We need a hero. I'm holding on for a hero to the end of the night.
Oh, by the
Gotta
way,
be
Santa.
strong, and he's gotta have 100, and he's gotta be ready to watch us fight. I need a hero. Woo!
Okay, that hurt my back.
Oh shit!
Oh,
Santa,
Santa,
there's
I
just a
was trying
woman
to
sign
get I was trying to get a hold of you today because I had another lesson in humility for the Moon Squad.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. Lesson in humility from you is ironic.
Oh,
Oh, but it's going to be funny. It will be funny.
Spin
Oh,
has
I'm ready.
It always
very
is.
little humility. He has some, but it's very little.
No, he's like, yes or no. We're you to believe it.
Sorry.
well, I'll say Andrew stuck around to be able to have the conversation with Effigy and Bones and maybe Ant, and I wanted to
mean
let
Jed?
them. No, Andrew below me.
Oh, okay.
Ian keeps
I
kicking
thought
him off.
Jets was cool to
Yeah, I
stick
know.
around.
What did Andrew do that he should blow you?
Well, Effigy can chime in anytime he likes.
He doesn't want to get booted.
Oh, no, I'm
Well, you know
completely
why
fine with
Bones?
getting
No,
booted.
you know why Bones got booted though? Because he addressed Spin. Now, if he'd addressed Andrew, he might not have got booted.
That is a
Yeah.
factual statement, sir. That is
You
a
have-
factual
So,
statement.
a
One more
fragile
minute.
ego with credits is dangerous.
Absolutely.
Note taken. Got it.
Yeah, so we need stronger voices on the other side with credits too. That's what we need. 60 seconds, guys, to hit that. It's a hit it or quit it mode. If you want to
Hit
keep
it.
the show going, hit it. Hit that
Can you
big,
hear? Hey,
big red
chat,
dono.
Sarah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
And Santa,
All
I
right, all
wouldn't
right.
do
Like,
that. I like
give us some fucking donos if you want a 1v1 versus me and Bricky, because me and Bricky like each other, but we also disagree on everything.
Are you drunk flirting with Clay?
He might.
No, I'm actually trying to turn my
Careful, he
light
might
on
kill
in my
you.
garage,
He's like, please.
but it's not working.
He's like, please let me speed date Clay, please.
Be careful. He might
It's-
Tell him
It would be much better if my
everybody
remote.
does. Everybody
here,
disagrees
little
with
boy.
me.
Yeah, this is exactly what's going on.
long-haired people.
What the fuck?
Santa just went rogue. Santa just went rogue.
No
Just
more.
pray that the light turns on in my fucking garage with my remote, but it's
I
not.
kind of want to
Fuck's
hear
sakes.
you walking around your garage in the dark looking for the light and tripping
Oh
over
no,
more
no,
shit.
don't, no, don't tempt me.
He's like, don't put that evil on me, Ricky.
Oh
Bobby."
no. Oh no, you're missing it. You're missing it, sir. She is tempting you because we actually do
shit.
want to hear you fall.
Yeah, my
Yeah,
garage
was it?
just lit the fuck up. Yeah, all right. Give me a
Oh, he's
1v1
still gonna trip
versus
anyways.
Brick, Clay, and Bricky. Hey,
That is true.
Wow,
Hey.
that sounded deep.
I'm gonna trip on something else, but it ain't gonna be on my garage.
What's up, brother man?
But
What
oh,
are you
we're
gonna
doing
hate
the
on?
1v1.
Hate on me?
Fuck. No. What do we want to do? Feminism.
No, I mean, do you believe the Bible is inspired of God?
Oh fuck. We can't do that.
But do you believe that?
All right. How about? Yes. Obviously, I believe that. Like this
Okay,
music
you do.
makes it
Are you-
seems like.
Trinitarian.
I'm in the middle. I'm an ex-Christian. I'm an ex-Catholic.
But do you believe that it's so you're not Trinitarian? Then I would have to guess. So do you believe sola scriptura, or that you can actually learn what the Bible means just by reading it?
I believe you can.
You need some other guy to teach you what those words mean, or is it just like the ability to?
No, I believe you can interpret it yourself, but you need others. The more.
Okay, that's good. I'm okay with that. Logic is its own fallacy.
That doesn't make any sense.
Oh, here we go. All right. P1, how did you get there?
What?
Shoot. P1, how did you get there?
V1, P1, what?
No, P1. So it's P1, P2, conclusion. How did you get to P1?
What's P1?
Premise 1?
Premise 1. How, like, what is the premise 1?
Logic. Logic, as in premise 1, premise 2.
How do I know what logic is?
Yeah, I'm saying logic is its own fallacy. And you said you disagree, right?
Well, you'd have to actually you'd have to come from, like, because you're coming from the negative, right?
No, I'm saying that it's its own fallacy. You have to use circular reason and logic.
All right. Well, you'd have to prove that to me.
Yeah. Okay. So how did you get to P1? So P1, P2, conclusion, right? That's logic, right? I know there's the three laws of logic, but I'm actually attacking P1, P2, P3. I mean, it's not P3, but conclusion. So P1, okay, you have to come to a conclusion about what P1 is. How do you get there without logic?
What are you talking about? You're talking about logic through P1, P2, P3.
Correct.
But
it is conclusion at the end. C.
Yeah, so like start with the first conclusion. Like, so you say the first conclusion has to be done through logic. Sure. You want to call P1.
Okay, P1. So premise 1, you say the earth is round or a sphere. Okay. How did you get to that?
Because the proof is through the first explorers going through somewhere else, where if you keep going in a straight line, you're gonna fucking find the other spot eventually. Plus the leaving the atmosphere and seeing, like, the sphere of the earth.
Right, so you got it from here we go.
Holy shit. All right, I can't make fun of Spin City because he's not here. God damn it! Yeah, so Aquinas does not have like really convincing proofs for God.
Oh, so I mean, it's only been around
Didn't
for.
even realize I was up.
Yeah, me neither. So why hasn't it been disproved then?
Oh no, it has, absolutely.
No, I mean there's rebuttals to it, but why hasn't the logic been?
Well, yeah, the rebuttals are just too robust, unfortunately.
No, I mean it's actually the same thing that they were trying to get to. I think this is what Clay was trying to say. Is like you can't, like, me saying there's an unmoved mover is not special pleading. Like, that's just how logic works. That's just the conclusion.
Okay, yeah, so
like, you can't just say any. That's what Clay was trying to
physics
get
that have
to.
been
Any conclusion that I have is
He doesn't understand contradictions. I'm more than happy to do it. So you believe that every cause must have a cause prior to it, except for a God. That is a contradiction right there. Everything must have a cause. God does not have a cause. Those are two disparate
Everything in the observable universe has a cause.
Not work out. The logic objectively doesn't work out.
No, it's a straw man because you're not understanding what I'm saying. Everything in the observable universe has a cause. That doesn't mean that something that's outside of space and time and matter needs to also have the same cause.
Does God act
the logic doesn't break down there.
How can something outside of space and time and matter do anything? How can it sequentially do anything if you're outside of time?
Say that again. Sorry, it's hard to hear you both.
How can you sequentially do anything outside of time?
how could you?
That's
sequentially-
illogical.
Well, that's how our no, it's not. That's how our universe
Yes,
works.
time exists in the universe. If you're
Right, but
outside of the universe, you're
things
outside of
in
time.
this
Therefore, you
universe
cannot do
work-
anything in
Okay,
sequence.
Can I respond?
Within
Let me
time.
respond to that. Even things in this universe work retroactively in time. If you're familiar with the double slit experiment, right, where when they monitor the photons that are going through the two slits, they collapse into their state. You follow what I'm saying?
So it sounds like it's
So
like,
even when
We're
they
talking about
don't
inside the
monitor,
universe. We're
even
talking
when
about
they don't
outside.
monitor them, and afterwards tell the particles that they were being monitored, they go back in time and collapse. So what that means is
Sounds
that
like
it is
still acting
possible
within
to
time.
move within time, even just in our own physics.
So even with this misunderstanding of physics, it still sounds like that they're acting within time. So
No, they're not. That's what I'm saying. They go back and they make it true
Wait,
that
wait,
they had
they
collapsed
go back.
previously,
That's
even
not-
though it was
they're
recorded that they
acting
didn't collapse.
that's still within the timeline. Going backwards in the timeline is still acting within
Well, he asked me how it could be possible, and I'm showing that it can even be possible in this
Outside of time.
material reality.
Yeah,
you asked me how something
talked
can move
about,
outside of
going
time.
backwards in time as opposed to forwards. Like that's still acting within time.
I'm
You
pointing
think
to an
God
example in
does-
this reality where it happens.
does actions that occur,
And they
in
got the
time.
Nobel Prize for that experiment, so you can look it up.
I know.
Yeah, and you're
Hey, we
misunderstanding
get a
the
Nobel
entire
Prize.
question.
What the fuck?
What is the question? Clarify.
Because you said yourself outside of time. So stop giving us examples inside the universe. Outside the universe, outside of time. How can you sequentially do anything? How can you exist without time? Time is a necessary component of existence.
To our existence, but why does it have to be a necessary component to all existence? How'd you get
Because
there?
all that exists requires time.
All that exists in our material universe, you think
We
that
have
there's-
only proof for
Yeah.
things that exist in our reality.
Yeah, I understand that. And that's why I'm saying that nothing in our reality comes into existence without a cause. So there must, if our reality
So you're having to try and brute
by the
force an
rules of
entire
this
being that
reality,
has
there must be a
properties that are
cause.
completely
I don't know where I'm
against
losing you.
everything that we know about physics.
Oh, you're
No, it follows in physics. I don't know where I'm losing you.
No,
I
it's
just
it's
gave
just
you an
it's
example
a
of
special
Nobel
pleading,
Prize
special
winning.
pleading, adding characteristics. Oh, it can exist out time. Oh, it can do things outside of time. Oh, it can see all of time.
Wait,
Oh,
I'm
it
not
can
adding
react with all of time.
characteristics. Clearly, the creator, we're talking about the creator of space, time, and matter, must exist outside of his creation.
Oh,
That
it's
doesn't
clear.
not
It's
track.
obviously clear that the fictional character you make up has to have all the properties that you say it
Fictional
does.
character. What do you think created the universe? Nothing. You know
no,
what
I don't think
definitely
we're certain
doesn't
about what
exist?
created the
Nothing.
universe yet.
wait,
So you're saying that I have a fictional character as you
yeah, the
argue
universe
for
has always
nothing.
existed. The universe always existed. What's going to be the argument against that?
Yeah. Again, I mean, you don't point to anything else in reality that exists perpetually.
There's
I
no
don't know-
contradictions with infinite regresses, by the way.
Say it again.
There are no logical contradictions with infinite regresses. I just state that the universe has always existed. So that's logically consistent.
There is no, it isn't logically consistent because we
Okay,
can't
so we're-
point to a single example of this in
Universe
this
exists.
material universe, and we're talking about the
Wait.
material universe.
You said that that there can be no like uncaused cause. I'm
Right.
just taking that and extending it to the universe. The universe can have there could be no uncaused cause that started the universe.
No, then
Therefore,
itself it would be the uncaused cause. I'm saying there can't be one.
It would have just existed in perpetuity. It would be
Same
eternal.
thing, right? Uncaused cause. And
No,
I'm just saying that can't be the case based on what
No,
we
there is
observe.
no uncaused cause for the universe. It just is. It's always existed.
Right.
That's-
It's the same thing Clay was talking about, right? Like, how do you come to your premise? You come to your premise through an observation. I'm making the observation, and then I'm giving you premise one. I'm giving
Here's
you premise.
the
This doesn't exist anywhere else in material reality. Conclusion is there must be something that caused it.
So here's the disconnect, Andrew. The universe existed in this state, but it also existed in this other state before then, and before then, ad infinitum. That's an infinite regress.
Yeah, but how do you know that?
Because there can be no uncaused cause. I'm just agreeing with your baseline assertion.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
no
what if-
matter
what
how
if- what if
far
we
you
find
go
proof
back,
tomorrow
you
that
find
our
the same
universe
problem. That's why it's
is
called
completely
infinite
a
regress.
black hole,
Real quick,
and that's
too.
all universes are.
Since
Say it
we're-
again?
And we can guarantee an infinite regress.
Right, but that's why you need an unmoved mover to eliminate. There's no other way
The
to get rid of
unmoved
the
mover
infinite
in the
regress.
for the Big Bang is the same infinite regress. Turtles all the way down.
Right. The
However,
only
to
escape from that is
Bones,
God.
I would like to ask, what does it mean when we were measuring, when we're inside the thing that is being measured?
What do you mean by that?
So, for example, if we're in the stuff, the cloud, whatever word we want to use, the jilly to make the new Big Bang or the big suck or the big hoo-ha, whatever we want to call it, how do we measure objectively within it?
So all the Big
Subjectively
Bang
only exists
posits,
within reality.
yeah, all the Big Bang posits.
No.
There's a rapid expansion happening. There is
Sure.
there is no like point of like infinite mass, or there's no point of like there's no singularity that's required for this. All that's required.
That's your belief. Have you disproven?
Yeah, this is the
singularity?
prevailing. This is the prevailing.
Yes, it's the
theory.
prevailing opinion.
Yeah,
I agree.
Because there's no
Yeah.
evidence of a singularity that would have caused the Big Bang.
Right. I wouldn't necessarily disagree with that, but we're at an expansion that's manipulating both space and time. Right.
Yes.
That's what's expanding. How are we able to perceive the rate by which we're expanding?
So I believe there are studies that observe the like dark matter that exists within the universe, either like expanding at some rate.
Sure.
Okay.
And there are minorly perceptible things where we're in that system. So we're in that system. We're saying that nothing outside of us is manipulating the perceptions. Well, that goes against the two-slit experiment. And Andrew's perception of the two-slit experiment that's a common interpretation, Andrew. I'm not going to say it's right or wrong, because as we talk about science, you guys are looking for dogma. Science has a lot of interpretations for all these experiments.
Wait,
And
but
so
what
there's
is
no
the correct
truth.
interpretation of the double slit experiment, specifically when it's not being monitored and then told it was monitored after, and when it goes back
Right.
and changes?
But
what
that's
is the other
retrocausality.
interpretation of that? Because they
And
got a Nobel Prize for it. I don't
retrocausality
know.
is disputed. I mean, you're right, but you hold a view. You're interpreting what they said, but what they said is you can interpret it multiple ways. It's just as accurate to say Bones is right, because retrocausality has been disproven.
Same thing.
No. Hold on.
Can I say one thing? Can I respond? Let me respond, Bones, real quick.
I need to clarify my
All right.
position as well. I'm only basing retrocausality off of what he's saying right here. I'm
Sure.
saying that if what he's saying is true, then it would just imply that it's still within time.
And it's not just that, Santa. Can I clarify real quick? Also, you can look at what I'm saying is that there's a centralized processor. That time and space itself seem to be just an illusion of what we're processing based on these evidences. So same thing with quantum entanglement. It's not the case that two particles that are vastly on the other side of the universe are communicating instantly. It's that two particles are being processed by one centralized processing location. That's what physics is telling
That's
us.
an overstatement.
And that distance is actually an illusion. That's where the physics actually
by
takes you.
measuring one, may I correct you?
Sure.
It's the infinite distance part is by measuring one side, you know what the other one is. You're not
And they
enforcing
change.
it.
If you change one, the other one changes instantly, and they're
I
not.
encourage you to
across vast
follow up
distances.
on that. I will
They're not
encourage you to follow
communicating.
up on that.
They're being
Right. They're
processed.
not in. I get it. I love it. I listen to these all day long, and I'm sorry that I affix something Bones to you. However, those are the two most common interpretations of the two-slit experiment. So I apologize.
Yeah.
One does support the retrocausality, and the other one does support the influence of the observer. Now, I tend to think that the influence of the observer, which they did a triple one, I'm not really up on it, that apparently gets past the observer. And I used to also believe that these were changing at a distance. While it's not that they're set at their conception, they do have some partnership. But it's not that you open one and the other one changes. It's that you open one, you know what the other one is.
No, but with
And that might
quantum
be a
entanglement,
nuance.
you can
Yeah.
change this way. If one's spinning this way, the other one always spins this way.
That's
And if you take
that-
one particle on the other side of the universe and you change the direction of its spin,
Here's
the other changes
here's
direct-
what you're missing. Here's what you're missing, bro.
Yeah.
You didn't measure, let's call one A and we'll call one B. You can't measure B and know that opening A changed B.
No, they can measure that.
No,
They've
they
measured
don't,
that.
because as soon as you open either side, you engage the entanglement. So if I if I open either side, if I observe either side, we know what the other one is before we observe it.
Right. And then I'm saying if you change one, if you then change one, the other changes instantly, even if
There's
it's
no
across the
evidence for
universe.
it changing.
Say again?
Well, let's say it's disputed. I mean,
Yeah.
you know.
And that communication is what I'm saying. It's not happening faster than light speed. It's being processed at the same place, and the distance of them is an illusion. That's what I'm saying.
I would disagree with that.
Well, look up
Because
this
that's giving even beyond a panentheistic, maybe even a modal set to the universe, where those laws are being obeyed at some even subatomic scale.
That's right.
Or size outside of time and space.
That's right. And I think it
I
promotes
assume that
fine
would be
tuning.
God for you. Would that be true to say it's God for you?
Yes. And the deeper we go into a cell, we see the complexity is even more vast than we thought. If we go to the quantum level, no matter what we do, the complexity is perplexing. Yeah.
Isn't it a little late to get into the watchmaker paradox?
Yeah.
Well, okay, yeah, I would
depends
agree,
on
but I would also argue that many lefties or the atheistic types like to say what science or what religion doesn't do when science does less in many ways.
Less in what way?
Well, for example, when you're looking at the missing link and all the bones of a particular set of evolutions for humanity fit on one table, okay. Yeah. I mean, and so when I hear that there's no...
Bring up the Futurama meme.
We actually have a ton of, well, I mean, not a ton. We have lots of.
No, go ahead and look it up, because there was one jawbone, at least when I was
Walrusson.
and that was the basis for it, and they built a whole human anatomy out of that. That feels like a ticker time bomb.
Why are we making fun of Gibbs when he's not here?
They're trying to summon him.
I see. Yeah, that'll be fun.
One more time. I'm going to derail it one more time. And this is called the stone wheel spin paradox. So if Spin City unlocks his wheelchair wheels and throws a stone, how long does it take before enough stones is thrown before he falls off the cliff?
Wait, what is it? Say it again.
So in the midst of Spin City stoning gay people, like if the wheels on his wheelchair are unlocked, how many stones does it take before he falls off the cliff or into the ocean?
Depends how big the stones are.
Well, how many gay people are in the world?
Oh, wow.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, I forgot about that part earlier in the stream. Yeah.
How many gay people?
There needs to be some tomatoes in the motherfucking chat for that one.
So 3%
I see on that. Wow.
world population.
So can
Hey Bones, hey Bones. How does it feel to just get boned by fucking Sarah? How does it fucking feel?
So that's roughly like 250 million people. So how long would that take before you like fly into the ocean? Or,
Well,
like,
we also depend. He's in Florida, so it wouldn't take long for him to hit the water.
yeah, that's
Well,
true.
that's why he believes in the universal flood. It's already underwater.
Fourth wise man in with the Big Ten says, "Discover you, disc over you, you."
Like that one, Fourth Wiseman.
I love all the things Fourth Wiseman says. He's always like fucking mic dropping from the chat. And I am still waiting for the day that Fourth Wiseman clicks that wonderful, amazing StreamYard link and comes up here and talks to us about it.
You know, the irony is we all sit on these panels and we fuck with each other, and it's fucking hilarious.
It's hilarious until you have to be the person that has to tell everyone to shut the fuck up. Andrew, you would like to make your exit, sir. What would you like to tell everyone?
No, thank you so
Beside
much,
Eve's
guys.
the bitch.
Are you Andrew?
What'd he say?
Go ahead, Andrew.
No, I just wanted to say thank you so much, guys. We'll continue this soon. Santa, look up that quantum entanglement stuff we were talking about, and we'll get into it next time. This was awesome.
I look forward to it.
Thank you, guys. Good night.
Read more people than Aquinas.
I will. Got you next time.
Take care.
I'm so proud of our panels. Tonight you guys kept pissing me off, but otherwise, like the conversation is very like we got our own little bunch of philosophers up in this bitch.
That's right. With a
Armchair
new
freak.
group.
And I have to
And Spin was
declare
here,
that Spin did not piss Sarah off tonight.
Who?
No, you didn't.
Me.
Until just a
Oh,
minute
I
ago.
thought you said Glenn at first. And I'm
No,
like,
I
who the
said
fuck
I
is
do
Glenn?
declare that Spin did not manage to piss Sarah off tonight.
Declare that
That's
Spin
because
is a good boy.
Spin was smart and kept himself on mute for most of the night for me. He's like, Sarah's on a rampage. I'm not about to get that smoke.
I was not going to get in the middle of that shit. I promise you.
Oh my God. You guys kill me with like, especially when you ask somebody a question and they're in the middle of literally answering it. And you're like, but. And it's like, shut up. This is the one thing that drives me up a wall because usually they actually end up giving the answer to your interruption at the end of what they were about, like at the end of what they were saying. You guys just aren't patient enough to allow. A lot of people speak in around the bush type of mode. Like they beat around the bush with their answers, right? They want to ensure that you understand everything they're going to say. And a lot of things, especially in these topics, come with like a preface of some sort, a caveat, a something, especially Clay. But, and that's okay.
Qualifiers.
That it's okay to have qualifiers, right? However, if they're giving their qualifiers in the answer, you have to at least give them the space to explain it because you're not trying to listen to what they're actually wanting to say. You're just answering, or you're just listening for purposes of just answering back. It doesn't so it doesn't even matter what they're trying to say. This happened with Spin earlier. No, I'm going to just shoot a shot at you, Spin, but I know you can take it. But when his question to Jed about his future kids that he hasn't even had, like, are you going to teach them? Are you going to indoctrinate them? This and that. Jed was answering with critical thinking that he wanted to teach his kids critical thinking. Spin wasn't trying to hear that. He was trying to answer the key words that he could spin to make his got you a valid got you. But the reality of it was he didn't have the gotcha because that's not what Jed was saying at all. Spin was just looking for the key words so that he could answer like, I got you, right? So you guys, one thing that I push as hard as I can on is let them finish. And I don't mean to stand here and lecture, but I watch this all day and all night, and you guys don't let people finish their thought. And so you don't actually get the whole thought at all.
Which is rude, boys, because both sides should be getting their cookies. It's fucking rude.
Alderson, I'm going to let you finish really quick, but
Shout out to Frost. He says, Sarah, we are making all MAGA cupper and be tortar. What? Red, starting with Pete Hegseth. He cheers from India. What is he saying? Cupper and be torter?
I have no fucking idea.
Oh, he's making fun. They're going to start making fun of Pete Hegseth, basically.
I thought they were already
who
making fun of
cares?
Pete Hegseth.
They are.
It's kind of a low-hanging fruit. That guy's a fucking clown show. But,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
But he makes more money than you when he's in government.
Yeah,
That doesn't
you know,
it's not a
there's
clown
lot of
Well,
people that
hold
make
on,
more
hold on,
money
hold
than
on,
me.
hold on, hold on. Ben is not a man who gives a fuck about money. We've already kind of really.
Oh, I know.
We've heard his principles. We heard what he stands on, and money is not the end goal of his life. So that could never be an argument back to him.
Well, I'm sorry. I had to take a cheap shot at my friend up there because of the cheap shot he took at me earlier. So, that's all right.
You said it out cheap shots,
all this.
But then I had to bring him back. I have morals. I mean, yeah.
You didn't expect me to use an expensive shot for
everyone on this channel
slide, did you?
At this point.
But
hold on, what's up,
Willie Balderson? Hi, that's fine. That's fine. I will get you.
Holy shit! So all this like verbal sodomy going on that's been happening tonight.
Wow.
All this tells me is that everyone should be stoned at this point.
I fully agree, sir. I second that.
In your situation, Bones, sodomy is your forte. We know.
Yeah,
I do like a good blowjob.
Hey, don't throw stones in glass houses.
Y'all gay motherfuckers. You know how I know? You know how I know? I see all of you backstage when I play this one. Y'all get excited.
Tomato, fierce and red, juicy curves,
This message is sponsored in part by.
They're all back there drooling, motherfuckers. They're like,
Sarah, for some reason, I thought after that was over, you were gonna come up and say, sponsored in part by fuck off.
Well, and this is how I know y'all gay, because when I play this one, you all shriek and you go, no, not this one.
This message is sponsored in part by.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I know the sounds by now.
They shielded their eyes. They said, no.
I know the sounds of the video now. So I know when I can and can't.
Fair warning, Britt, we are on our way to shutting down, just so you know. So we're not going to get into any new conversations.
I know what you're talking about, Sarah. I don't have a problem with gyrating side boob lady.
No, I see Ant back there. He completely dismantles his whole system. He's like, I can't take it. All right, here's what we're gonna do. Britt, I do welcome you to the panel, but we're also gonna head into shutdown. Why? You can blame the chat. The chat failed. I even gave them some extra time because I wanted Bones and Effigy to have the conversation with Andrew, especially because Andrew did stay later to have that. And I also wanted to see Salty Santa in there because Salty joined us late. Unacceptable. I
just wanted to address something real quick. I wasn't even going to be on here that long, to be honest with you. If you don't mind.
What's up, Britt? What you got?
Angry American. I wanted to address you because you were right. Personally, that guy, when he kept saying that he was having his child critically think, that wasn't critically thinking. That's basically putting doubt into your child, leading to your child. Even if your child believes, I believe that there's a God, they're putting doubt into that child. Because you're the parent. So the kid is going to be like, well, I guess my parent is right, even though I believe that there was a God, but my parent keeps putting doubt in there every time. Right. So I understood exactly what you're saying. And that's what dude was doing, because he would have never put doubt in his child if that child say, hey, I like a man or I like a woman. He would have never done that. So yeah, I got you though. But you did. You supposed to stand on your stuff though. You're a Christian. You're supposed to stand on it. You're never supposed to give it up. You're supposed to stand on it. That's all I wanted.
So Britt is
What up, Ben?
All right.
Go ahead, Bones.
So why do you hate critical thinking, Britt? That's super strange. I don't know.
Did you hear what I just said? Wasn't critical thinking.
Okay, so if parents cast doubt on a certain child's belief, which by the way, that's not Jed's position. Jed's position is you need to be skeptical of every claim specifically.
Okay, I get you.
that
So
critical
I'm gonna
thinking.
be. You can be skeptical of everything, every history book, everything that you do.
That's a lot
Skeptical
easier
of it.
to
Let him talk.
Be skeptical of certain things means that you know, you need to like say bad God, bad God, false. Like I get that you want that to be the case, but no, that's not true. What Jed was saying is that you need to like be critically thinking about all positions. That you need to arrive through.
How does logic work?
Critical thinking methods.
How does logic work? Yeah.
Well, okay, great. So I know that you grant that you know how logic works. So how logic works, depending on
P1, P2 conclusion. Is that it?
So that's actually deductive logic specifically.
Right.
Okay. So how do you get to P1?
So how do you get to P1?
Yeah, how do you get to P1?
He doesn't know, so yeah. So what Clay just said was like complete nonsense. So he doesn't know what he's doing.
So how do you get to P1? Don't
So anyways,
obfuscate,
Hey,
don't
this is
run.
not a
You
gotcha.
coward.
You're not
You
being
puss.
smart right now.
You poozy.
How do you get to
How
P1?
do you get to P1?
Okay, hey, retard,
Oh, no.
retard.
Make a
Hey,
premise.
You ran. Oh, okay. Bones doesn't know what the fuck he's
Can
talking
you bring
about.
Clay up here? Can you bring Clay up here?
Yeah.
That sweet little boy.
Rick.
Come here.
Clay read Wikipedia.
Not to
there you go,
times two
buddy.
over here.
Hey, how do you get to P1? Do you even
How
know
do you get
what
to
like,
P1?
that statement means? Yeah.
Oh,
What's up,
is this you and I, or
Can you
is
tell
this
me what
with
that means,
Rick
Clay?
still?
Can you tell me
Clay, do you know what a premise is?
Sure. Yeah.
What's a premise?
What is it?
It's a claim.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
So
so
how do you
that's
get to a
Get to it.
P1? Is you
It's a
just
claim.
state it.
P1. So how do you get to P1? Now,
Yeah,
now
you
I've
just-
answered
you
your
just-
question.
you
Now
read,
bring
right?
Bones back up. Bring me and
hold
Bones-
up, Clay.
I answered.
But do you understand?
answer? Okay.
Hold on.
Go ahead, Ann.
Hold on,
I'll
Clay.
answer
Hold
another
on.
question.
Hold on, Clay. Do you understand what a claim is?
Oh my God, another question. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
A claim.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Oh.
if I claim Clay is the dumbest person on panel,
That's your
that
belief. Yeah.
that
It's
it,
necessary.
no,
We'll believe
stop,
that all
stop,
day
stop, stop, stop. If I claim that Clay is the dumbest person on panel, is that
It's
not a premise?
It's a belief. Yeah, sure. It's a belief that you have.
That's a premise.
It's a
It's a
premise.
premise. It's a belief.
Okay,
Right. You won.
so
a
so
claim,
Clay,
a belief.
Clay,
You want another word for
Clay,
it?
How did I get to P1?
How did you get to P1? Exactly. That's what I'm asking.
I'm asking you.
No.
Oh my
I
God.
asked the question first. I asked the question first. You are the guys claiming to know logic, yet you cannot answer my question. You see,
Clay, do you know
I asked the question.
Clay,
You're like, well, what is it?
Y'all
mean?
have a good night.
Right. Right.
Clay,
Okay. Go ahead. Go
do
ahead.
you,
Tell
this
me.
is
Tell
why
me.
this
I don't know.
this,
No, I
ladies
don't
and
know.
gentlemen,
Sarah, tell me.
this right
Tell
here
me.
is
Tell
this
me.
right here
Tell
is
me.
why critical thinking is
How do you get there?
so
How do you get
important.
there? No, how do you get there? How do you get there? No, how do you get to P1? How do you get to P1?
You take
How
the
do you
bus.
get to P1? How do you get to P1? I don't know. Tell me.
Pre. What is pre? What is pre?
Okay, tell me.
You know
Tell
what?
me.
Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this,
Tell
Clay.
me. How do you get there?
Wait, can I
What?
answer?
What is? Let me.
I
let
don't
me
know.
ask you
Tell
this.
me.
Let me ask you this, Clay.
No, tell me. I don't know.
How
I don't
do you-
know, Sarah. I don't know the answer to
I'm
your
asking
question.
you to stop for a second, okay?
I don't
Clay,
know the
need
answer.
You,
Ask me another.
I heard you for the fucking 100th time, Clay. Just shut up so I can get to the point.
Go ahead.
Do you know what the scientific method is?
I don't know. Tell me.
No, I want you to take a stab.
I don't know. I don't know,
Oh, my
Sarah.
God.
I don't know. Tell me.
Here, wait, Sarah, ask me the question.
You want me to take
That
a stab
explains
at it? No. Oh, I'm supposed to know.
It doesn't mean that your Christianity needs
Tell
to be
me.
false, but it
Tell
is a
me.
way
I don't
of
know.
It's
I just
Salty,
say I don't
ego-
know. Okay.
ego's
I don't know.
confused.
I don't know. Tell me.
Okay, may I offer a trial?
Well, no.
for
Sarah
it?
asked. She asked the
No,
question.
I want to answer it.
I know you
Shut
do,
the
but
fuck
it's
up,
Sarah's
Clay.
question. Sarah,
Because you always want a different word or a different
Sarah's
person
asking.
because you're avoiding
Sarah's
the
asking.
subject.
Not Salty Santa, not
We'll
Bones
see-
of Doom,
we'll
not
see if
FG,
you
not
listen to
Balderson, not
her.
Ant,
Okay.
not Spin.
God bless you.
Tomato has asked the question. I answered her. I don't know.
Sarah,
So, Tomato,
you're
why
good.
don't you answer me?
She
What
wants
is
to
your
kill you.
answer?
No,
How do you
I
get
mean,
to
love
P1?
you.
How do you get to conclusion? How do
Do
you
you
get there?
okay? Same way that we would run the scientific method, Clay.
Okay, and how do you do that?
I'm asking you, do you know the steps of the scientific method?
I don't know.
Do you know what
didn't
the first step of the scientific method is?
Tell me. I don't know. Tell
See,
me.
Clay, hold on a second. Clay.
So you're just gonna call me stupid again? Why don't
Clay.
you tell me? Why don't you tell me instead of calling me stupid? Actually tell me.
Being more
Because you
nuanced, and that's saying something.
You can't. You were gonna call me stupid, and yet you cannot do
Okay,
this.
take a step backstage first, just a second. You need to calm the fuck down. This is why people can't take you seriously in these conversations, because you act like a douchebag when they're trying to walk you through the line of logic. Literally walk you through it.
Tell me.
Oh
Walk me through it.
Without the history on it.
I'm asking you to do it, yet you won't do it.
Clay.
We're trying.
Because when I'm asking you a question.
Do it!
When I'm asking you a question, Clay, and you play stupid, either you really are stupid and don't understand the words you're using, which makes
fucking tell me.
Okay, sit backstage for a second, because you sitting here yelling at me while I'm trying to explain the fucking process. This is the problem, Clay. This is the problem. You can't even stay quiet while I'm talking to you. This is the fucking problem. This is why people have issues on panels, because I'm literally trying to walk you through it, and all you're doing is yelling at me like a douchebag. I don't appreciate it, Clay. Number one, do you understand what a premise is? Yes or no?
No, I don't know.
Then how can you sit here and fucking ask them why they're saying a premise and then what sum comes first?
So you're not gonna tell me how to get
No!
there.
It literally
So then what the fuck point?
logic, Clay. You cannot tell somebody that they don't know what the fuck they're talking about if they say, okay, tell me what a fucking premise is then, and you don't have the fucking answer.
And they don't have the answer either.
I sure do.
We do.
Where is it? I've been waiting.
Sat and told you. I walked you through it, Clay.
You have.
It.
No, you
I walked
haven't.
you through it. Oh my God.
Tell
You
me.
really are the dumbest motherfucker I've met. Clay.
I'm asking you now.
So the question,
Tell
how do you
me,
get to
please.
P1, is a nonsense
Tell
question.
me, Sarah,
Lord
not
of
Balls
fucking
of
mercy.
Doom, not Balderson, not Salty Santa, nobody else. I'm asking you, Sarah, what is it?
Who's on first?
Clay, that's the point. Is why am I explaining? Shut up. Why am I explaining to you what a premise is if you're making the claim that they can't do the premise? Sorry, what was the claim again earlier? Somebody remind me what he was saying.
So,
He said
one of the questions that he asked was, how do you get to P1? Which is a
Yeah,
nonsense
thank you.
statement, considering
Thank
that no
you.
one made any premises related to an argument.
Yeah, he kept questioning, how do you even get to premise one, right? As if this is like nonsensical.
It is.
And
Not
we're
only that,
saying
it also doesn't know what
the reason why we're all laughing at you, Clay, is because when I said it's a claim, it's a claim. I gave you the example of if I said Clay is the dumbest person on the panel, that's P1, and you agreed. Okay, yes, but then you're like, well, how do you get to that? The point is that you're making a claim. How do you not understand what making a claim means? And then even more so, if you're questioning everybody else, well, how can you even get to P1? You can't even define what a premise is. We've asked you.
I'm asking you, how do you get to P1? The claim. The claim.
Make a claim.
Make an
Okay, you
observation
make a
or
claim.
ask a question.
Okay.
You
Is
invent
the claim
language.
true just because you made it?
Fucking Lord
Thank
have
you.
mercy.
Thank you for finally fucking answering. Now, if you make
Holy
a claim, does that make it true?
Clay is
That's
done.
what P2's for. That's what the conclusion is for.
P1 is just the evidence or assumption.
That is not the question.
Oh
You didn't
my
answer the
God.
fucking question. If you make a claim, is it true?
Do you know what P1 and P2 and conclusion are?
No,
I know what a claim is. I'm asking you, if you make a claim, does that necessarily make it true?
No.
No, but nobody said that.
Exactly.
No.
So your P1 could
my
be
God.
wrong.
No.
No, your
Okay.
P1 couldn't
Oh
be
my God.
wrong.
No, the
But you
premise
just
can
admitted
be wrong.
the
The
claim
conclusion can be wrong.
isn't necessarily true.
Oh my God!
It wouldn't be a
Oh my
valid
God!
syllogism if it was, right? Like
He's
if
like
it was
okay.
invalid.
I can, Clay. I can make any claim I fucking want.
Bingo.
But if there's no P1, P2 conclusion and it's actually logical, then the claim is hogwash. But it doesn't matter. I can still make the claim all day long.
So you got to P1 by making the claim, okay? Now you make this claim, okay? This first premise, yet you accept that as truth on its own.
Oh my God! Oh my
Okay?
God! Oh
A
my
is
God.
A. A is A. That's your
Okay.
first premise, okay?
Yes, through evidence or assumption. Yes.
Okay. Now, how did you get to that conclusion?
This is only true like deductive logic, but
You
like,
just
logic
assumed
that-
A means A.
No, it's not an assumption. It's looking at other things that have been shown to be true.
You did
You
make the
also-
assumption, though.
you
You had
also-
to get to that.
Clay, you
Got a
also have to
claim.
have the Clay, the 3 laws of logic. Remember that?
How did you get to
Yeah.
A equals A?
Oh my God!
How did you get
Pure logic can say
How
things that are
did-
logically
No,
valid.
you're going back
or
to my
not
answer.
true.
I'm going back to my answer. We invented language.
We invented language. There
Final
you
answer.
go.
We invented language.
Yes, we invented language.
Oh, hey,
so,
Asbru.
if A equals A and B equals B, that doesn't necessarily mean that C equals C.
Oh
Right.
my
Those are
fucking
equal
God,
by
Clay!
So you can come up with logical bullshit
Wasn't even
and
what it
still
is.
be wrong.
That's like the law of
All day
identity,
long.
isn't it?
No, it's A. If A equals B and B equals C, then A equals C.
Balderson, look
If
at Discord a
A equals
second.
Undisputed
A
middle.
and B equals B, that does not mean that C equals C. That just means that A equals
You're
A and B
misstating it.
equals
Right.
B.
That's not the fallacy.
Hey, Clay, I think part of it's that you get so animated about it instead of.
I have fun with it though.
This
Okay,
isn't
but it's
fun,
not
Clay.
for
Yeah,
other
yeah,
It's
people.
called the hypothetical syllogism.
You're
by the way.
trying to teach me something, right?
Hypothetical syllogism.
But it's you're
But
making
you
it
can't
worse.
even teach me how you got to
Clay,
P1.
Because you're acting
Clay, if
unteachable.
somebody wanted to learn something, they're not going to yell at the teacher demanding that they're wrong.
And
No,
also asking
you how you got there, and
No,
you can't
Clay, you're
explain
not
it to me.
asking. You haven't
Yes,
been
I am.
asking, Clay. You've been sitting here acting like a buffoon this entire fucking time, and it's driving me up a goddamn wall. You sit here and try to play stupid, but then when you ask the question, oh, well, how do you get to P1? Like, are okay? We all know and recognize you make a fucking observation, and with that, you make the fucking claim. That's P1. Duh. That's why I asked you, do you
Okay.
know the scientific method? But you have no right to sit here. Well, how do you know it's this? If you don't even understand
know.
how the fuck to get to P1.
It's a belief. It's a claim.
Oh my
It's
God.
It's not entirely,
So
bro.
when I
No.
asked you earlier, do you know what a premise is?
I'm so glad.
And you played stupid. No, tell me. No, tell me. Do you think I want to actually sit there and talk to you and try to help you if you're going to be a douchebag to me?
I'm not trying to be a douchebag. I was actually trying to have the
you know what?
conversation
You're
with
not
Bones.
trying.
But
You're
you
not
needed
trying.
to come in and white knight
You
for him. That's not a
are
problem.
being a
I get it.
douchebag.
He needs help. He needs
Call
help.
you a
I
Clay,
get
douchebag.
it.
It just
When
comes
you,
natural
Clay,
to
when
Just
you're
like
you.
the other guy
yelling
needed
over
help.
people, Clay, when you're yelling over people, it makes them work too hard to help you. It may be fun.
I
for
don't
you,
need
but
the
it's not
fucking help. What are
necessarily
you
fun
talking
for other
about, bro?
people.
I'm doing just fine. I literally,
Yeah,
bro,
but
I
we're
have,
not.
I wish
I
I
have
had
a
money. I
wonderful
really
life.
wish I had money.
But we're
Remember
not.
that movie, A Wonderful Life? I'm the guy at the end.
And again, you change the
I'm the guy at
subject.
the end. I'm having a great life. I don't
Then why
need
won't
the
you
help.
get to the
But You're
point?
using premises and these other scientific words as if you know what they mean.
I do,
So
bro.
the-
Words are
any
fucking-
person
oh, I
you're
didn't know
talking
words
with-
had definitions.
See, you
oh my
can't
God,
just shut
words
up.
have
You can't
definitions.
just shut
They
up.
need-
You can't
They
do
need
it.
more explanations
Clay,
than
I'm
you
sorry
still
that you shut up.
can't even
bro.
fucking listen. You still came and asked a question, and he's trying to help you, and you're still not fucking listening. Instead, you're laughing, like being stupid. This is part of the problem. Go ahead, Santa.
But you're just telling me that I'm stupid.
Oh my God.
And how did you get to that
I've
conclusion?
never mentioned the word stupid. I think you're ignorant.
You're
when-
saying that I don't know what these words mean.
Right.
Yeah, that's
So
ignorant.
you might
That's
as well
what
just call me
ignorant
stupid. So
means.
fuck you. How about that? How about fuck you?
You're so
No,
asshole.
okay.
Okay, fuck you too. Yeah. Go fuck a fucking horse. I don't
It
give a
doesn't
fuck.
hurt me,
I don't
and
give
you're
a
still
fuck.
ignorant.
Yeah, go fuck a fucking horse, you loser.
It doesn't hurt me.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
you're still
It doesn't
ignorant.
hurt you. It doesn't hurt me. I'm living a wonderful life. I live a great fucking life. Yeah, exactly. You can make these claims
asked some
all day
good
fucking long,
questions
but it doesn't
sometimes,
fucking
Clay.
matter
Can
because
I-
you can
can
go
you
fuck
shut
a
up
horse.
for a compliment?
For all I
Can you
give a
shut up
shit,
for a
bro.
compliment?
He can't. He can't. I wouldn't even give it at this point, Santa, because he won't even shut up for it.
Yeah.
Instead, he's telling you to go fuck a horse because that is actually going to learn us something versus actually listening to what you have to say. Listen to your elders. Take advice. Take
Well, you could just try
wisdom.
not saying I don't know what I'm talking about. Because I do.
You
That's
literally
ignorant.
don't. You
But
literally
you're just choosing not to listen
don't
to me.
Play.
You're
You're
going
choosing
out
not
of your
to
way
listen
to not explain yourself. You're being an asshole while doing that, while
No,
not
what I'm
explaining
doing
yourself.
was I was asking Bones, and Sarah needed to come white knight for him, and I get it.
No,
Bones
no,
needs help.
No, she didn't need a white knight for me. This shit, like
No,
what
she
you did
absolutely
was-
did. She
Balance
absolutely did. That's why she
she's doing
interrupted,
this on her
and she
own.
came in, and she
Look,
had
I
to
don't need
give
to be-
you
I don't
all
need to
the
be-
fucking answers,
I'm more
and
than
then
happy to
tried to
defend myself.
question
She's
me
more
on
than
it,
happy
and
to
I
He can't even
gave the
shut up.
answers.
He can't even shut up for
I
the
gave the answers.
He
Yeah, you
said
can't even fucking
something.
recognize that.
He said something. Bones was responding to it, and he can't even shut up for Bones to respond.
The
So you might as well
community is
call me stupid
reaching
too,
out
so
to
he can
help
go
you.
fuck off.
Still can't shut
The
up.
community is reaching out to help you.
I don't give a shit, bro. I don't need your help.
Then
I'm
don't
here
argue with science
to have
if
a
you don't know
conversation
science.
and maybe even reach a valid point. But you
Clay.
can't even listen enough
Clay, we're here
for
for you,
me to
buddy.
make a claim
That's,
myself.
that's not true, Clay.
I am
don't
making
care
a
if you
claim,
put it in
but you don't
scientific
like my
terms or
claim.
not.
That's cool, bro.
I
But
know
can
you can keep throwing
That's
words
all
in the
I got
air.
to say about
Just
that, bro.
words,
Yeah,
words.
it's
That's
all I
these
got to
are.
say about that. I can be just as much of an asshole as you. Yes, this is the fact of the matter.
The
I can be
difference,
just
Clay.
as much of an asshole
The
as
difference,
anyone
Clay.
else. In fact, I
The
can be a
difference,
bigger
Clay. The difference, Clay, is you're going to come on here and pretend like you can have the conversation and participate in it with knowledge and wisdom and experience and understanding when in fact you actually don't. And then when people are trying to explain it to you, instead of actually learning
See, there it is
something,
again. You're saying I don't have knowledge, I don't have wisdom. You might as well call me stupid.
You can't even
Fuck
here.
you.
Let's do this. Hang backstage. You can't even shut up while I'm trying to explain to you what you're doing right now. People are trying to teach you something, and instead of actually saying, oh, cool, I learned something new today. I didn't know that. Or, man, I always thought it was this, but now that you're explaining this, I understand it actually is that instead. Instead of humbling yourself and being willing to learn something fucking new, you sit here, you tell a man to go fuck a horse while he's trying to help you understand the difference between ignorant and stupid because you still didn't even understand when he was telling you that. And you're telling him to go fuck a horse. That tells me you literally are ignorant to learning something new and being willing and open for the conversation. You just want to sit here and yell at people and tell them they're wrong when you, in fact, don't even understand what the fuck you're talking about. For fuck's sake.
Oh, this is amazing.
Clay,
I love
if Clay, I have a question.
I've never seen a man's like ego just like get completely shattered like this. Oh my god.
Hi, Clay.
He already said
They
that.
paradigm and a group of scientists. I'll show you what it felt like.
Can you do it without trying to insult me?
He's already
I
said he
wasn't even
doesn't.
talking
hold,
to you,
stop.
Clay.
Stop. Because you've sat here and told everyone and called everyone names, telling them to fuck horses and all of these things. Can you do it without insulting anyone else? Can you, Clay? Can you shut your fucking mouth and stop insulting people and actually just ask the fucking question that you want to know the answer to instead of acting like a fucking douchebag? Can you?
Yes, I can.
No, you can't. You've proven it.
See,
the last
there it
30
is.
minutes.
You just don't want to insult me. There it is.
Look.
There it is.
Look at what you've proven. Look, the proof is P1. P1. Clay can't fucking sit through anyone else having a conversation or try to learn something without insulting and getting them upset, yada, yada, yada. P2. Clay is literally doing this. P3. Clay, you're a fucking retard.
What question did I not answer? And without insult, see, this is the issue. I haven't insulted anybody. Now, I told you to go fuck a horse, but how is that an insult?
Well, I
didn't
guess most of
insult
us don't enjoy
you.
fucking horses, Clay. So to the rest of us,
Not a
that is an
fucking
insult.
thing. What are you talking about? That's not a fucking
Hey, that was
insult.
What
Just
drug
told
are
you to go
you
fuck a
on
horse.
tonight, Clay?
You took that as an insult?
Can I?
Did
Well,
anybody
we don't
take that
fuck
as
horses,
an insult?
Clay. I'm sorry.
Did
It does come
anybody
across as an
actually
insult.
take that as an insult?
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't fuck horses.
When
Well,
well,
you
not
think it's
only
okay.
that, Clay,
You took
when
that as an
Santa was Santa. Oh my
Clay's
God!
like,
Shut up. Santa was being genuine and sincere and trying to help you understand what was happening. And instead of actually listening to words of wisdom, you told him to go fuck a horse.
Clay's like, but it wasn't an ugly horse.
True. Yeah, exactly. I didn't say go fuck a ugly
He's already
horse.
said. That he
Okay,
doesn't-
fair enough. Fair enough.
doesn't-
Let's take it back. Let's take it down a notch then.
I mean, the
Okay,
Kentucky Derby is
Neil,
for us. Maybe
you-
that would.
Oh my God! Shut the fuck up, Doom. Doofus. Look, Neil. You say you have something to teach me.
Yes.
Can you do it without insulting me, trying to call me
Yes.
stupid or tell me that I don't have knowledge or something? Can
No.
you do it like that? No, you can't. So exactly. So then go fuck a horse.
The meaning of the word ignorant means that you don't have knowledge. That's what it means.
So you're trying to insult me. Okay, fine.
That's not
No,
an insult,
it's,
Clay.
it's because
It's great
you're
to see
so
somebody go to the
sensitive
ad
to
hoc
not being
because you don't
How
have
is-
an argument.
An
Hey,
insult, you
you know
fucking
what? You don't
dipshit.
have an argument. Since you don't have an argument, you just go to
I
tell
do.
somebody they don't know what they're talking
do
about.
have an
It's
argument.
literally
Cool.
the meaning of the word, Clay.
You
Ignorant, without knowledge,
you don't know how to do
ignosis.
this
That's all it
without
means.
insulting.
You don't know something. It's not
You're
saying you're
trying
stupid,
to
you
tell
moron.
me that I don't know something is
Yeah, you haven't
literally
learned
a
yet.
fucking insult. You're an
You
ad
haven't
hom
learned it
machine.
yet.
It's cool, bro.
No, you
It's
haven't
not an
learned
ad
it
hom.
yet.
You,
Can
if
you
somebody
tell
asks
me
me the
why I'm
capital of a
wrong
country and I
without
don't know
saying
it,
I
I'm
don't
ignorant
know?
of
I
it.
just don't know. I just don't know. You just
You
don't
haven't
know.
learned it
You just
yet.
don't. Can you do it without just telling me I don't know?
Clay's
No.
interrupting.
Boy,
You
you are
can't,
fragile
because
if
you
you
can't
if people
tell
telling
me
you
what
you're
the fuck
ignorant is
you're
what
talking
triggers
about,
you.
can you?
I can tell you what I'm talking about. I
Then
would just
tell me.
ask that you listen. I would ask that everyone else be quiet. You can be as histrionic as you would like to be. The meaning of the word ignorant means you don't know yet. It's not a put down.
You insult me. Exactly. Can you
It's
tell
not
me
a put
what
down.
you are trying to say without insulting me?
I am ignorant to having a baby. That's not an insult. I've never passed a baby through feminine tissues in my body. I am ignorant about that.
That was gross coming out of your mouth.
Okay,
Fair
I would
enough.
disagree with your. I would
I don't
disagree with
study
your
scripture.
premise.
I'm completely
that's
ignorant
what the
to
word
scripture.
ignorant means. I am ignorant about walking on the surface of the moon.
I would disagree with that one as well.
Okay, but that's what the word means.
Yeah.
Ignorant means you just don't know it yet. You still have the opportunity to learn it. Stupid is more you've been given chance after chance after chance after chance, and you refuse to learn it.
Like tonight.
That one I actually do
That-
agree with, but except for not what Sarah said. So
Okay.
essentially, you're saying ignorant, right? But essentially ignorance, you can still understand something. You can still understand something.
Ignorant. You can't say. Give me any subject, and I'll use ignorant correctly, and it's not a put down.
Any
Did you
subject.
know all the Bible before you started reading it?
No.
Right. That just means you were ignorant. And then
No.
as you read it, you became more knowledgeable.
That's not
the
what
word
ignorant
bud.
means.
Yes, it is what it means.
No.
It is literally what the word means.
No.
It is from the word gnosis, ignosis, without knowledge.
And
You
we
fucking
can all get
retard.
stuck in this to various ways. Yours is just very public, and that sucks. And that was my joke back to Bones, because I said paradigm in a group of very scientifically astute people, and they laughed at me like I was tarted, as is
I wasn't
often
laughing
said
at
on
you.
the
I was
channel.
laughing at Clay. I was laughing at
Oh, I
Clay.
missed that. I'm sad.
So I'll read you
Ignorant.
the definition since you can't seem to understand what it is.
Okay, yeah.
Lacking
lay it out.
knowledge, information, or or awareness about specific subjects or in general. So you can have knowledge
Oh,
of
God.
subjects and still be fucking
Oh my God, he's ignorant to ignorance.
This
Is this the Dunning Kruger?
He literally just read what we said.
Yes.
No,
No,
you literally
this is
can
Dunning-Kruger.
have
This
some
is Dunning
knowledge.
Kruger.
Some
to
knowledge.
the max. And I usually hate
Oh,
using commonly known ones. Now, Clay, you're taking this as a put down, and we're not. What we're laughing at is how hard it is for you to accept it.
No, what you're laughing
His
at is
ego will
your
not
own
let him-
ignorance of a fucking word.
He wants to be the smartest person in the room, but he's also like the most retarded person in the room. It's amazing.
Clay, are you
I've
omniscient?
been through enough that I'm not worried about any of the groups.
What is
What do
knowledge?
you hear me say at the
What
end
is
of
knowledge?
almost every
I'm gonna
group?
go Socrates on you.
I
I've
know
been
you're going to
Socrates
keep
all night
talking
on
over
you.
me because you
What
don't
is
want to
knowledge?
face what my question
What
is.
is knowledge?
Knowledge is our best
What do you
understanding of
hear
a
me
subject.
talking
So
about
no,
at the
that's
end
not
of
the
nearly every
definition of
chat.
knowledge.
I don't care. That's my definition. You ask
Yeah, I
me,
know it's
motherfucker.
your definition because you don't want the actual definition.
So Clay,
No, I don't
Knowledge
trust
is
you for
what?
actual
True
definitions. You're
justifying
full of
what?
shit.
like a serious
Belief.
I'm just gonna say one thing to the chat, okay? I let this free content continue on, and I should have just shut this shit down when you missed the goal. I'm just saying. Do you see what's happening? I would be in bed right now. I would be in bed right now. So maybe you should fucking donate some freaking money, okay? Fourth says, before I come on, Sarah, I'll give you a heads up so those who are watching on Apple iPhones can upgrade to Watermelon U phones 8G service so ISPs have an extra node to prevent lockup buffering. Rah, 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 rah. I still think Fourth Wiseman needs to get his ass up here. Bones, go ahead, give your thought.
So, Clay, what is your take on knowledge before I move on here? He's looking it up. Okay. So, anyways, while he's doing that, I do have a syllogism. If Clay interrupts someone in the middle of their point, then he's an arrogant asshole. P2, Clay interrupts people in the middle of their points, therefore he's an ignorant asshole or arrogant asshole. So yeah, that's like that is deductively like solid right there. That is both logically sound and also just like sound in terms of all the premises are true and the conclusion's true from that. So valid and sound. That's what I was going for.
May I go if Clay is not replying back with an no?
Mm-hmm.
One of the reasons, Clay, I hope that you've heard, because I'm not failing to practice what I preach, is generally in every panel or every group, I thank people for teaching me something new or, entertaining different perspectives, because all that does is make me stronger.
Mm-hmm.
And so I lose nothing in hearing people out who have beliefs that I think are downright silly, but where I look for the wisdom or the strength in their argument, I become more sure of my own. And I think this venue really provides us a good opportunity with some histrionics to engage some very serious things. And I love it. And I think this is a place of learning rather than defending, because we have different ideas. As Andrew and I and Bones were talking about the two slit experiment, there are multiple interpretations of that. That doesn't mean there's not one solid answer. And when we talk about these other things in theology or metaphysics, there's not necessarily one solid answer, but we all grow as we entertain them. You entertain them in your faith. Okay, there could be something that somebody else is talking about and you see it under the auspices of God. Awesome. It takes nothing away from them. It takes nothing away from you. But I would hope that you would learn that, and I can understand being embarrassed. That was my point of bringing up the paradigm thing. And it was a joke for the rest of the time I was in college with that group of people. And I still laugh about it every time I think about it. Because like this cadre, if you will, they laughed about it, but it was really with a warm spirit to it. Not to demean, not to put down. It's when you argue something, though, best be prepared, because somebody here is going to call you on it. That's I hope you learn from it, bro. We're good. You got a good heart.
I appreciate that.
Spin would like to make his exit. Spin, your final thoughts in closing, and thank you for joining tonight.
You're welcome. I do not dare poke the raging tomato when she is raging anyway. Santa, it is good to see you. We will have a morality discussion after this weekend. Hopefully the Moon Squad will be available. Bones, as always, fuck you. Asvaroom, it's good to see you. Sorry I couldn't stay longer because I actually have a job and I have to go do it shortly. Clay, as always, thank you. Balderson, stay bald, brother. Sarah.
Good night, Spin.
Roll out.
Good night. Oh, Effigy. Hold on. I forgot to insult Effigy, and Effigy, have you learned your lesson yet that when you insult me, you go bye-bye? And Ant, you
Don't get a
really
flat
need
tire
to
on the way
adjust
out.
See, I couldn't even get through it without it. And Ant, you need to realign the antennae. Good night, Sarah.
Good night, Spin. Sleep well.
Sleep. Fuck you.
The antennae. It's like one of those consistent things on the animation.
And Clay has sent his guilt money. He said the Big Ten over on Cash App with love and tomatoes. He knows I'm right.
Soccer.
He knows I'm right. I'm gonna fuck him up.
That $10
all night. Yeah.
Well, it takes a good heart to recognize when we're in error.
Oh, goodness.
I'm never going to admit that I'm wrong on this, just so you know.
That's
I'm
okay.
never admitting wrong on anything.
All right, wait. Actually, I do want to get back to this, Clay. Like, what is your take on knowledge? Like, how do you arrive at knowledge? What's your definition?
So, from my understanding, this way I've heard it defined, it's true, justified belief.
Okay, so I've got a scenario for you before Ant goes. So I'm going to present to you like a scenario here. So there's a clock that says that it's 3 o'clock, and you believe that it is 3 o'clock. The clock itself is actually broken, but it happens to be showing the correct time at that exact moment. Your belief is true and justified by looking at that clock, but do you actually know that it is 3 o'clock based on that?
Nope.
Okay, great. So yeah, then you don't have knowledge. Okay. So yeah, then your knowledge can't. Your theory of knowledge doesn't satisfy Gettier cases.
Because time's an illusion.
True, but yeah.
Nice little chime in on that one. I like that.
So good
fourth
timing
one.
on that, right?
We're having a hell of a time tonight, guys. Fourth Wiseman in the Big Ten says, when it comes to belief systems of spiritual, religious, and all things which encompass this topic, I embrace it all, but follow none of it in any part as a cult form. I merely do what's right, and it works. Any thoughts to that?
Open-mindedness.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with being open-minded. That's called critical thinking.
Just don't be so open-minded your brain falls out.
Yeah, I lost that thing a long time ago.
Yeah,
We know.
Had one.
We know.
I've typically been the one in the middle between groups because I'm so willing to entertain other ideas that I don't really put down other ideas. And then it's like, I'd be brought into an argument. Well, prove this or prove that. I can usually argue both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the problem is proof exists in mathematics and formal logic. You can't prove most things in nature except through empirical measurement. You can't empirically measure everything. So proofs in science are very, very rare and not particularly useful.
Back on that, Ant.
Huh?
Can I push
Sorry,
back
what?
on that?
Sure.
I would agree with you if humans weren't involved.
Well, this would be true whether or not there was humans doing it or Martians or whatever. Like, an empirical measurement's true regardless.
Right. And they're not always published based on human behavior.
What do you mean? Well, who else would publish it?
Well, there are certain interests, say
Or maybe I misunderstood what you said.
large agencies sometimes don't want the publication of the test results for the double-blind control study on a new chemical that may or may not be exogenous to the human body.
That's dipping into the conspiracy and unfalsifiable claims.
When I worked at Salk, I can assure you, I heard conversations.
But that's
Salk is
anecdotal.
biological studies, and we did have published results. There
It's
is
not even a
direct-
matter of whether I believe you or not. That's anecdotal. Like, how would I even interact with that? Because it's just your experience. I don't necessarily
Right.
distrust you or disbelieve you, but I can't
Okay.
argue with that.
So may I guide you down my own version of logic?
Please do.
Sure. So you said at the, like at the gates of Schnaldar, all the humans are going to follow the scientific method because Vushpa said it was the way to go. It's dogmatic regardless, and there are humans involved.
But that's not how the scientific method was adopted, right? It just came into a being because it was the result of centuries of philosophy culminating into a refined method for determining the best explanation for natural phenomena.
Well, that's why it was so awesome when they kicked that surgeon out who was discovering the first parts of gene therapy and not delivering babies and cutting up cadavers with the
I'm
same
not familiar
dirty
with this.
hands. They ran him out of the medical industry. And then later they said, hey, maybe if we're working on dead people who died of disease, we shouldn't be delivering babies with the same dirty hands.
Mistakes have been made.
Okay.
I don't see how that's a
So-
criticism of the scientific method, though. Like, it isn't
Sure it is.
perfectly adhered to.
Sure it is.
What-
It's an argument of the scientific
That's one
method
person.
because the scientist, may I finish? And if I cut you off, I'm sorry.
No, that's my bad.
So the scientific people like to say how right they are because they don't have the fallacies of the believers, without recognizing they're still in the same believing mindset and they're still in the same believing actions unless they are self-critical and self-skeptical. You may be, but that would be anecdotal, as you said before.
Well, to get anything published, it has to go through peer review. It's not like one body or one person. It's a group of people that are all going over your data, repeating your experiments, verifying the claims, and over and over again until it's proven or disproven.
Well, reproducibility.
Not necessarily proven or disproven, but at least shown to be valid, right? That you can repeat the results of your experiments.
If I can, Bones would like to make his exit, and then we're probably I'm going to let Bones do his exit. We'll probably shut down in 10 minutes. Okay, but Bones, go ahead with your thoughts.
Absolutely. So I think throughout this panel, we realized that Clay's ignorant of ignorance. That's honestly the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. That's probably the first time I've laughed hysterically for more than like 5 minutes at a time. That was peak shit. But also, to address some of the other points, so science does not work off of like deduction. Pretty much everything that is built upon in science is built off of the empirical evidence, which is going to be inductive or abductive, depending on which methodology you're kind of using with respect to that. So the idea that it relies on some like fallacies, not saying that Santa was saying that it relies on fallacies here, or the idea that like there's like some sort of like unjustified beliefs within science that's being like held. That's both of those are really false, and that just means you don't understand how science works.
Oh, okay.
We can get into a conversation about that later, Santa.
Look forward to it.
Absolutely. But have a good night, everyone, and Spike loves you.
Good night,
Hi,
Bones.
Bones.
Thank you for coming. I appreciate you.
Yeah, good to see you again.
Shout out to Dragon Fist. I might need to Clay. No offense, I might need to clip this thing up, like the Dunning-Kruger effect in real time.
Like I said, I'll never admit that I'm wrong on this.
You never admit you're wrong on anything.
No, I do.
When?
Oh,
Where?
When I want to. When I know that I'm wrong. if I
You never
admit
believe you're wrong.
if I'm wrong, I'll admit it. But if I'm not wrong, of course I'm not going to admit it. And then if you can't prove to me that I'm wrong, I'm still not going to admit it. Just because you believe that I'm wrong doesn't mean that you've proved anything to me.
You were shown to be wrong all night long. You just refused to accept it.
All night, yeah. Since I got up on the panel, huh?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay.
Go ahead,
well,
Santa. I saw your hand.
Gotta be
up.
right about something.
Hey, Clay.
What's up, buddy?
Why is it so important to be not ignorant?
Well, it's not that there's anything wrong with being ignorant about things. It's just this use of the word to try to insult.
Nobody was insulting you.
No, it was used to try to insult.
No,
multiple times.
No, it wasn't.
See now, and here's where I'm going to say, Ant, you're wrong.
I'm not wrong. Nobody
No.
was insulting you. They were using the term correctly.
Sarah intended to insult me.
Listen, when I insult you, you will know I'm insulting you.
Not you, Ant. I said Sarah. Sarah
Okay.
intended to insult me, which I don't have a big problem with.
I
I
kind
have
of
a problem
admire
with
her
the
because she's
intent.
put up with your nonsense for not just tonight, but for months, years, maybe.
It has been like at least over a year.
But Clay, I think you do bring something else, and I clearly have to work something out with Ant and Bones on what the scientific method is, even though I also worked in the science field. But that's okay, because people have different interpretations even within different fields. I personally think psychology and sociology shouldn't be in science. They're human arts. They're
I
not
don't
measurable.
disagree.
Right. Yeah.
And a lot of people disagree.
I
but
like you brought
a lot
that up.
don't.
So psychology and psychiatry, right? That actually it's supposed to be in the medical field. It's not. So there's
Right.
the scientific
It's not
field.
science.
Right. But then
Well-
medical is supposed to be in the sciences too. But here's the thing. Medical, right? That's some life-threatening shit right there. So this is why when I look and I see the scientific field saying, no, there's no other option. This is the axiom at this point. I say, hold on a minute, because people's lives are at stake when you get into the medical field, which is also
Sure.
a portion of science. And I
But
say,
that's
hold
why,
on. You
yeah,
have to
but that's
question.
why medical records are made public and anonymized, where psychological records are not.
This is true.
And that's the difference. Medical, I consider wholeheartedly science. But, the issue is whether or not you're skeptical. I forgot the guy that came on. I'm teaching my niece to be skeptical of everything, and even not being certain things. How do
Not
you feel about God? Don't give up yet. You don't know anything yet.
Not to
You'll learn
doubt
more.
it, but be skeptical, right? Doubt is not one of them things that I say, okay, there are some things that might be beneficial to doubt, but it's not like to doubt it like what he was saying. And I did get what he was saying. I actually agreed with him. He just didn't know the word. He should have used the word skeptical, right?
I thought he
Right, as
did.
opposed to just doubting something because, well,
May I ask you a
there's
question on
there's
that?
another word for it too, but yeah, go ahead.
You're sure of the word that he should use, and we're sure of the word that you were used. Are we not in a conundrum?
Well, we are, but definitions do matter, so we can examine those things, and that's why and I've admitted to it. I cheat. I actually look shit up, right? So I'm always like double checking, right? So if the definitions can change, then they're not definitions at all, and that's where at some point, okay, and this was my whole point about the logic thing. At some point, you do have to go upon circular reasoning. At some point, it is your axiom, the 2 equals 2, it's circular reasoning. We call it reasoning itself.
Well, I disagree based on 5,000 years of tradition that it's not. But, that doesn't mean that the tradition is infallible. And where I found a lot of these things to be used both ways, if one is hearing me clearly or I'm communicating well, I think that modern day science folk are guilty of many of the same things that the faith folk are, and neither one is aware of their challenges. They present premises without proof, and a lot of times, I'm not saying anyone here, but a lot of times I've heard scientists say, well, you can't prove a positive, or they jump around and, things within the scientific method. Okay, well, I've heard faith-based people do the same thing. So it just strikes me that humans are a lot more alike than we're different, and that our arguments are a lot closer than we would tend to like, because I think they reveal in the end, none of us are really sure.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I think you meant. I think you meant you can't prove a negative.
Well, if no, you can prove it.
You can't prove a negative. You can prove a positive.
Yeah.
You can prove.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Clay.
No, you cannot prove a negative.
Sure, I can.
By definition, you can't, because there's no evidence for it.
So
you can confirm a positive, but it's a negative would go into a null set.
In
null
mathematics,
is not 0.
In mathematics, that's literally a minus. That's all.
It's a null. There's no value.
It's
okay,
a null set.
I'll give you a perfect example. Okay, I have 3 apples. I take one away. Now there are only 2 apples. Okay, I took one away is the negative, right? So I pull one out.
That's not what we are talking about. We're not talking about the arithmetic function of subtraction.
Anyway,
logic.
Here we are again, right back where we were.
Right back where we started. Because somebody wants to
we're not
go against
really.
Logic. And it's its own fallacy.
No, we're right back to Clay claiming knowledge he obviously doesn't have.
I've seen some
you give an example
videos
that proves
I
it.
really like, where masters say, like, master piano player shows 5 layers of teaching the same song. And so to the first person, they teach a fundamental level. Second, they show maybe fundamentals with a little bit more theory in there. And by the time you get to the 5th, you can't follow it unless you're a music major, because they're talking about things.
I think Asbjorn wants to talk.
Yeah, Sarah, I have to go. So thank you for having me on your show. I'm in a health center, so I'll be going for treatment. So goodbye. Those are my final words. Thank you, Sarah, for having me on your show.
Good night,
I hope you're
Asbjorn.
doing well, Asbjorn.
Me
Yeah,
too.
Yeah.
May health.
Good health, my friend.
He's so sweet.
I like Asbjorn. I don't agree with him on much, but he's such a nice guy.
He's so sweet. He is my most favorite panelist. You know why?
Because he's quiet, respectful, and doesn't talk over people.
He will ask permission to talk. Miss Sarah, may I? He said, may I read this, Sarah? Is it okay if I do this, Sarah? So sweet.
Well, maybe we could all take a lesson from that. Like, even in Ant and I engaging, later, I do think it was more considered than it may have been in times past or whatever. And maybe that's something that the channel evolves in.
Well, one thing I know, just based on observation, here's my P1, is that when people first come on this channel, especially when we get new panelists, most men I find like to piss on their hydrant. Okay. This is my panel. This is the show that I go on. This is mine. Right. So then when new men join the show, now there's somebody else pissing on my hydrant. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So when someone else is joining the show who isn't a regular or whatever, they do and I watch them go in groups too. Like they'll team up, right? Like, this is ours, get the fuck out, like, we're supposed to be the Christians here, we're supposed to be the atheists here, we're this is ours. And I observe it, I recognize it, I'm not even mad at it. It's normal, it's natural, people operate this way. But when they don't realize that what they're doing, that they're dick measuring and like guarding the hydrant, it actually stands in the way of welcoming new thoughts and new voices and the ability to learn, per se. And so I see this time and time again. And it just, that's what happens, unfortunately. And it's like Asbjorn has nothing to lose, but he also doesn't he's not here to dick measure. He's not here to lay claim to anything. He just likes to hang out and talk to people about smart stuff.
Yeah, he usually has like 1 or 2 points he wants to make, and then he takes off.
Yeah, and they're usually mic drops in some weird way. Fourth
Right.
Wiseman says, after much time in a self-inflicted punishment in terse, asking hard questions that have little to no answers sometimes, I'd push to extremes, knowing we built this place, all must be known. Should we know everything?
Well, I don't think it's possible to know everything.
Agreed.
Knowledge is a pursuit, not a destination.
Bingo.
Mm.
I was just gonna go there.
I like that. All right, let's do final thoughts and get the fuck out. I'm tired now, and my blood pressure's all up. Thank you, Clay.
You'll sleep well.
No, I don't. It's like my cortisol levels are all up right now. I've got like a pounding fucking headache, and my face is burning, literally on fire. So yeah. So when I say shut up, just know you're gonna raise my blood pressure, and then when I have the heart attack and go to the hospital, I can blame you. All right, Ant, you want to kick us off with your final thoughts, sir?
Sure. I thought tonight went really well, actually. I mean, tense moments, but we always have those, right? I'm talking about the debate itself. I liked meeting Jed and Frida. What is his name? Friedosopher. There we go. He seems like a good kid. Just needs to find his legs. I remember seeing the prompt in some of his early comments, and I had my knives out ready, and then I saw how green he was. I was like, "This isn't the time. This can wait." But I really appreciate all the conversations we had. Always a pleasure, Santa. Effigy, this is one of those few times where you and I are pretty much back to back in agreement. It's kind of nice sometimes when it's not political. Anyways, that's all I got. Everybody have a good night, and fuck off.
Yeah, and that's a really fair statement. I'm really appreciative that the panelists in the chat and the audience and everybody recognized like we should not be going blood sport on this kid. And I thought that was very that was very respectable, acknowledging that even if I didn't say this is his first debate, by the way, like I think everybody would have still recognized and acknowledged like this kid's not coming at like there's no way I can attack and expect it to be productive, right?
It would have just been mean.
It would have just been mean, exactly.
He probably would have never shown up again, or at least not here.
Exactly. And, and we all can have our funs. And this is part of, and I think a lot of my panelists usually do pretty well with reading the room and recognizing stuff like that. And so everyone really hit the mark tonight. And it was just beautiful to watch everybody know and understand and treat somebody with that level of respect and recognizing that's what needed to happen without me telling them. So thank you. Clay, sir, to you, what's P1?
P1 is send all your money to Sarah. Send your money. Send them donos. Even if it's after hours, send them. No, I really had a good time. I'm happy that Jeb was able to read the situation. I don't know if he knew exactly what was going to happen with it and all that. He did a really good job. And also, kind of recognized that he wanted it a little bit too. So that's kind of why I just kind of said, you know what, fuck it, gloves are off today. But of course, then we got to go to the furthest degenerate side of the gauntlet. So that was fun too. P1 is still circular reasoning, even though it is it's justified. That's the knowledge, right? So that's the knowledge. So as long as you can justify it, I'm game with that. But you better be damn sure when it comes to people's lives. That's why when it comes to science, I'm very skeptical. But even religion too. So I think they did a good job. I think Sarah, you did an awesome job. And I don't mean to raise your blood pressure, but tonight was necessary. I don't want people speaking against my Lord and Savior, which does as well. He wants you to send some money to Sarah as well. So I appreciate everybody else who has donated. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Clay. Mr. Santa.
Well, in closing, I was listening when I wasn't engaging. And I do think it's a welcome community where such a variety of opinions and beliefs and perspectives can come together. Yeah, maybe a little passionate for some, but I think it's a good expression to get all these things out, because there aren't many avenues in our culture now to have these differences of opinion that don't lead toward, well, perhaps violence or disease. But when we continue to come back together after having these discussions, Clay, then we find that there's a community where we belong. So thank you, Sarah, for hosting it. Thank you, Ed, for helping me as well, and thank you all for helping me to see things from a different perspective. Thank you.
Thank you, Santa. You are another breath of fresh air up here. I appreciate it so much.
Thank you.
Effigy to you, sir.
I think I'll end tonight by just saying a few things on knowledge, because I think it's probably been the most repeated word in the last few hours. Knowledge is just a subset of belief. Awareness is not the same as knowledge. A belief is just a brain state that is accepting a proposition to be true. When people say to know, that you're either meaning the awareness of position or actually holding something they call knowledge. Knowledge is simply a belief that you hold to such a high degree of certainty that it would change your worldview if you were to discover you're wrong. Which is strange that people act on or are so focused on knowledge, because we act in accordance with our beliefs and not our knowledge, I think. But yeah.
That'd be a good panel.
That would be a good panel, wouldn't it? That would be a good one.
I volunteer to be on it. Either side.
That sounds like a seriously Saturday night.
By the way, this is the kind of thing why I don't do the debate part. I just kind of hang back and get into the gauntlet afterward, and then I'm pretty good at the Q&A part.
You are very good at the Q&A. Your questions are always very, very well thought out as well.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right. Everyone get the fuck out of here. We got another show tonight, Saturday, seriously Saturday. More Bible talk and the historical portions behind it. We got Gnostic Informant coming on. If you know who he is, you know it's a big deal that he's coming over here. So I'm really excited to bring him back on for another round. All right. Yeah, y'all be gay tonight.
If you thought this show sucked, well, you could have been watching something like this instead.
All right, I'm gonna get low with it, Michelle. I'm gonna get low there. Oh yeah, right there. Okay, people. Oh yeah.
Listen up, I got a tale to tell about a sexy tomato with a fury from hell. All the other folks.
She's not the best looking woman, but she's very into submission. Really into it, so is the husband, which I like. He likes there to sit there and watch her get dominated.
Mr. Chaco!
She's got seeds of anger, simmering sky. One wrong move and she'll take you for a ride. She'll throw shade with her skin so red. Protectors like a flame burning through your head.
And swinger syndrome is people that think that they're
little sister, what's your Bible word?